You're getting nourishment from the nuts variety that you tell. You may think of dirty jokes, all your 69 intros. But Capo continues lunch, he continues to munch. You didn't turn your back on them, although they're making your mouth dry. You'll never go hungry again until your death counts 60 high. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts.
Damn your rotating cube!
Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. 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 Shut up! Let me munch my nuts.
Yeah. That was a fucking jam!
Today, we pay homage to the streamer's salty snack of choice, and the capos brave enough to defend their honor. Sit back and listen for a while, friends. You're in for one hell of a salty surprise. Sometimes streaming requires a meal, but the chat won't let you enjoy your snack. Unrelenting in that mockery, you fire back with words of wisdom and attack. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Yeah! Sodium's getting high, and vitamin B12. You're getting nourishment from the nuts variety that you tell. You may think of dirty jokes, all your 69 intros. But Capo continues lunch, he continues to munch. You didn't turn your back on them, although they're making your mouth dry. You'll never go hungry again until your death counts 60 high. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts.
Damn your rotating cube!
Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. 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 Shut up! Let me munch my nuts.
Yeah. That was a fucking jam!
Today, we pay homage to the streamer's salty snack of choice, and the capos brave enough to defend their honor. Sit back and listen for a while, friends. You're in for one hell of a salty surprise. Sometimes streaming requires a meal, but the chat won't let you enjoy your snack. Unrelenting in that mockery, you fire back with words of wisdom and attack. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Yeah! Sodium's getting high, and vitamin B12. You're getting nourishment from the nuts variety that you delve. You may think of dirty jokes, all your 69-inch ropes. But Capo continues lunch, he continues to munch. You didn't turn your back on them, although they're making your mouth dry. You'll never go hungry again until your death counts 60 high. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts.
Damn your rotating cube! Ah!
Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. 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 Shut up! Let me munch my nuts.
Yeah! That was a fucking jam!
Today, we pay homage to the streamer's salty snack of choice, and the capos brave enough to defend their honor. Sit back and listen for a while, friends. You're in for one hell of a salty surprise. Sometimes streaming requires a meal, but the chat won't let you enjoy your snack. Unrelenting in that mockery, you fire back with words of wisdom and attack. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up!
It's
Like just
been
an
left.
entire mustard plant.
It's been left outside for like a year, and it's like,
mustard.
you know.
Just don't confuse it with your butter. You'll be fine.
The great part is that Geeks is muted and we're here talking to a mustard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because my audio, my microphone
I
audio
feel like
capture
he's
is
trying to
set the
start
wrong
stream,
thing.
but he's muted, and so we talk about mustard instead.
We're on screen right now, you do realise that.
How long have we been on the screen talking about
Like,
mustard?
about literally since the beginning of the mustard conversation.
I know, but he's completely muted. Oh, should we wait 5 minutes?
No, that's it. Right. So guys,
Mustard.
Okay, so
mustard.
Mustard.
Yeah.
fancy microphone didn't
No,
want to work.
what about like Operation
beginning of a new meme.
Alpha? Huh.
In case people were wondering what we do behind the scenes.
Yep, this is how every session starts. Hello and welcome to the Geeks Codex for another episode of the Ebon Death. Sorry about the
Apparently we're all
weird
sounding nutty.
audio issues
No
at the
pun
start.
intended.
I was trying to mess with something new,
Mustard nuts.
What?
Mustard. Oh.
and now I'm stuck in a mustard-based conversation.
You are still muted.
The output
D&D
is
not
Daddy, please take us
ignoring
away.
it's showing my output. What is
Right.
going on?
I'm gonna sort that in a second, but I'm not gonna mess up the camera overlay.
We like rejoin and rejoin the call.
Can
maybe.
anyone
It's all
on?
distorted.
Can people hear me on
Is it
on
distorted?
stream, or is it just
Also,
on
Bricky, we can't
Discord?
hear you.
It's not distorted for
Just
me.
in case you weren't clear. No, but I'm reading it in chat. People are saying it's kind
Oh.
of messed up.
Oh,
Hmm.
weird.
Well,
Okay.
why don't we increase the production value? If Gershok can
Okay.
do it, I can do it too.
I was just saying, is it only you guys that can't hear me, or is it all?
Oh yeah,
Now
I
we
think it's
can.
only us. Well, now we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. So I
Let's
got.
put the
I had
production
the
value back
Discord
on.
and the stream set to two separate
Why are we all doing
audio
this?
outputs. I don't know what they're doing. I've lost control 3 minutes in. This is great. It's alright, I'm letting them have their fun because tonight's going to be a particularly traumatic experience, I imagine.
Yay.
Yay!
That's what I'm here for
What is,
every week.
what is,
I
what is
love
Charles
trauma.
doing? Anyway, sorry about that. That was some time getting set up. I was messing with some audio settings and we're not going to be able to do the cool thing that I wanted to do, unfortunately, because Reaper's being a pain in the ass. So I'll do that another time. It wouldn't work with everything, so either everyone on Discord could hear me or no one on Discord could hear me, you guys could hear me. So we've gone back to the old setup, so that's fine. Anyway, welcome to session... that says 14 and it shouldn't. I knew I'd forgotten something. Let's do a quick edit to that.
Oh, I'm super zoomed in. I've just realized. Hang on, let me, like...
Move back.
That's for the intense moments where you just go.
It's like,
Hello.
yeah, just sort of like...
Oh, are we doing that? Okay.
Okay, that was a bad start. Let's
Okay.
try this again, everybody. Hello and welcome to the Geeks Codex. We're doing the Ebon Death D&D campaign, session 15. I am your erstwhile dungeon master of the Geeks Codex, otherwise known as Briggy. Sometimes I'm good at this, most of the time I'm not. And I'm joined by the ever-present Sneven, who have worked their way into a less than perfect situation last session. And apparently are full of the giggles so far today. And let you guys okay?
And clip.
That's it, guys.
Continue.
15 episodes in, and we've lost it. It's gone.
But just continue.
So, who remembers what the hell happened last week?
we spent quite a long time in a corridor.
The
Yeah.
hallway did seem to be the toughest boss that you guys have fought so far. What happened after the hallway?
We had some issues with like perception of time just before then, and we're not sure what happened.
That did happen.
Then the
Charles
hallway happened.
finger painted a chest.
Yep. Yeah, I did.
It's gonna be one of those
You did.
episodes, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Was a very enchanted chest, though.
It was.
Yes. We
It
got
gave me the big
some-
suck.
The big suck so hard you passed out.
It's a
for like
good
5
job. This
minutes.
stream is for mature audiences only.
Oh boy.
Oh lord.
Oh no!
We found some stuff in the sucky chest. We found a diary, a silk robe, and some jewelry, which we found out from the diary belong. That's wrong word. English. Belong to the emperor's brother was disappeared.
True. Indeed.
Erin, it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then we, by opening the chest, we opened a ladder that went upstairs, and me and Sharid became gas. And then we entered the thing where we found my nemesis, that bloody woman that's been following me since like session 3, which turned out to be an evil person. She was Mimi, and the emperor had made some shady deals with her, like to be the emperor and hide the father, which turns out was the person that I stole the book from in session 3. The first phallic barbarian book was in possession of the emperor's father, which I have some question about that as well, but
Indeed.
And then I got the things that I wanted while Sharid was assisting me with my anxiety from the corner of the room. So currently only the two of us know about this. And then she fucking stabbed him in the chest.
Correct, and that is exactly where we ended last week's session. So, yeah, a lot of stuff happened last week. We prepared to begin with the aftermath.
Hang on, I need to tie my shoelace.
You actually
In
wanting
character
to?
or out of character?
Both.
Yes.
You have shoes with laces in character?
No, I'm wearing like odd socks.
Do you have shoes out of character?
Yeah,
What?
I can't show you my socks. They're out of frame.
Oh, it should have been a shopping episode for this vibe.
We are playing silly buggers.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time for everything to go wrong in spectacular fashion. So,
Is it though?
it is. So, you have Roll20 open, yeah? Everyone has Roll20 open, yeah?
I do have roll 20.
Yes.
Oh, you changed
Oh,
my
hang on.
icon.
Here we go.
Oh,
I went and made a few changes to some of the icons between sessions so that we actually had.
Gosh, I still a 7.
I left Gershaw
Yeah.
as a 7. It felt like the most accurate representation of Gershaw. So you were just about to Scarpa with your loot, which was the final book you required of the 7, and also the Jade Arachnid. And as you are leaving, both yourself and Sharid are able to witness Esme as she stabs Tristan Staymore through the chest with a dagger. And as he's bleeding out, she leans down and kisses him.
on the mouth.
Indeed. The fact that you asked that question as if there was another option concerns me.
Bruh.
It is a split second after this happens that Tristan stands and turns towards the general direction that you are stood in, as his eyes for a moment glow with a deep red, and he shambles a few steps forward like a marionette as Esme grins at you. And she says, there's no need to leave just yet.
To us or to the Emperor?
Directly to you. She's looking directly at you.
Eventually.
No,
I'm kind of floating on the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
Does she see
Shree's
me?
kind of in the corner of the ceiling. She's aware of your presence, but she's not looking really. She's looking at M.
Sherry's just vibing on the ceiling. I'm invisible right now.
You are.
I'm
Can
gonna
I-
move. Oh, go ahead.
Go for it.
Mm.
I'm gonna move down to the chest and unmist form and open it up.
Okay.
Oh, you muted again.
I shouldn't be.
You are muted again.
Yeah, your audio's gone again.
Stream.
We're not memeing,
When
we're
they say
actually
I'm muted,
Like,
tell me.
I wish we were memeing because this was like a really tense moment, but now
Now it's a shopping episode.
apparently it's just Discord. Great. Don't you just love it when Discord doesn't work?
Charles, your camera's frozen.
Can you hear me on Discord again?
yes.
I can hear you now,
Okay,
yeah.
it was just Discord. Everyone on Twitch can hear me.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, let's get back to what we're doing. So you want to move down to the chest? Okay. You're literally going to attempt to open this chest right now. This is happening.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna call in Spider Team Alpha and Bravo.
Okay, well they'll not be able to make it to you straight away. So you're attempting to open this chest up right now. What are you doing?
If I've taken an invisibility potion that says I'm invisible for an hour, can I go back to not be invisible? Or am I stuck being invisible for an hour?
You're a little bit stuck.
Okay. I have no option then. I'll remain invisible until I'm visible again.
So other than remaining invisible, what are you planning to do?
She just said, no need to leave just yet.
That's what she said.
Nice.
Oh god.
I should talk to her.
You could certainly talk to her, yeah.
Can they hear me if I'm invisible? Yes.
Oh yeah, you're invisible. You're not
It's
silent.
pointless. Okay, I will ask her. Who are you? Like the most stupid question I could ever think of, but
So you're asking her, what are you?
who?
Who she is.
Yes.
And she steps towards you. So both her and Tristan are moving together in your general direction. And Tristan this entire time is walking more like a marionette with a few broken strings than an actual person would walk. He's looking out of it, would be possibly the best way to put it. And as she's approaching you, she tells you, I believe you've heard me refer to by the name Esme. But since you've made it this far, I'll grace you with at least my name, known more commonly elsewhere as Felona Eshthanin.
That does not ring any bells, sorry. I've heard you assess me, yes. What did you do? What's your deal?
And she gives you a wry grin, and she says, I suppose if we were to boil it down, my deal, as it were, would be to collect souls.
Did you just collect his soul?
And she gives you a short laugh and says, I suppose that was the end of collecting his soul. I've been collecting his soul for a while now.
How long?
Possibly 2 years at this point. It was a very lucrative deal on my part.
What'd you get?
And she grins at you. A lot of souls and some entertainment.
Like the pantomime?
And with that, she gives you a sour look and says, no, that was Not what I would call art.
Am I in earshot of this?
Yeah, you guys can now hear parts of this conversation through the door.
Please don't come in. Please don't come in. I'm the panic. Please don't.
Sure resist all temptation.
So, why did you let me get the stuff? Why didn't you stop me?
And she says to you, I could have attempted to stop you, but I saw no profit in it. And these items are of no consequence to me anymore.
But you paid 5,000 gold for the book in Great Stumpleton. Why would you do that if these items are not important to you?
Not important anymore. And
Why were they important before?
gold has little meaning to me on this plane. What were you asking?
Why'd you say they're not important anymore? Why was important before? What with the books? I need to know.
And she gives you a mirthful grin, and I'll deign not to answer that.
As I'm fiddling around with this chest, I look over at Em and say, it's because we're here now.
And she waves a hand in Sharid's general direction, and the chest opens in front of you, and you can see it's filled with gold. And she says, take your petty shiny objects if you so desire them.
How much gold's in the chest?
5,000 gold.
I'll take it. Does Em notice? Can I stealth this?
I
I mean,
think
we all heard the conversation where she said, take your shiny little objects.
But they're little objects.
It's a chest full of gold.
My question still remains: Can I sneak this?
no. M will definitely have noticed this. You both stood pretty close to each other, and you're knelt over a chest, and it just clicked open on its own, and Esme directed you to take whatever you wanted out of it. M's most certainly aware of what's going on.
I'm invisible.
Okay, now,
My face right now is disappointed.
Prevent the rest of the party from here. I'm gonna whisper and say 50-50. I pocket the money.
With another wave of her hand, Esme opens the door to the passageway where the rest of the Sneven are currently hiding. And the doorway to the ladder behind the party closes.
I guess I waltz on out. Sup?
As Gershor is walking out from that hallway, Esme waves her hand, and M and Sharid become visible and corporeal once more.
I was already visible, so she just kinda...
Oh yeah, sorry. So it's just M becomes visible, and Sharid and M are no longer gaseous in any way, shape, or form. You guys are back to being pretty standard.
Oh, thank you.
And as Gershor walks out, before you have chance to say anything, she interrupts you. She cuts you off straight away, Gershor, and turns and begins to sit at the table in the study. And she says, I would speak with you. All of you. Why don't we have a chat?
Yes.
Okay.
Guys, tea's ready.
I don't know whether I want to speak to somebody who doesn't appreciate fine art.
She chooses to ignore that comment.
Fine. I want this seat though.
I'm waiting for the party to all make their way slowly to
Oh,
the
sorry.
table.
Why is all the spiders at the table?
I'm
They
trying.
deserve a seat too.
trying.
Don't discriminate.
I can't move. I got. There we go.
We don't have enough chairs at the table.
It's
You
fine.
can
I'll
sit
sit
on-
on someone's knee.
Someone gets on There's a spider throne if you want. Oh, never mind.
They could throw out spiders.
Gross.
And she notices Solgra standing in the corridor and beckons you closer to the table.
I am at the table. But I refuse to sit down.
I'm just seeing everyone covered in spiders at the minute.
Are we?
Gross.
Lovely. Monka bless.
Okay, I guess we won't need Roll20 for a short while, so big camera mode it is. So as you all join her at the table, she's the first to speak, and she says to the entire party, "Now, do tell me, why should I let any of you leave this palace alive?"
Is this like an interview, or like, should I have brought a CV?
Yes, it is an interview. You should have brought a CV, and the job position is living.
Oh, I don't think I'm interested.
Staying alive or leaving us going? What's in English?
Yes.
Which one? Did you know that common is not my first language, by the way?
Right. You know what? All I'm saying is, I own the floor.
Counter question: what makes you think you can win 7 against 1?
Yeah.
And sorry, as Gershel speaks, she grins at Gershel and says, "And I own what's beneath the floor."
But the floor covers all.
What, you mean the basement?
The basement has a floor.
She lets out a exasperated sigh and says, "I'm honestly not sure how any of you made it this far, all things considered."
Neither are we.
Well, you know,
We took the floor.
yeah. We did.
So again, I ask, why should I let any of you leave this place alive?
Well, I've got a counter question for you. Why did you just decide to sit us all down and give us all coffee? Like, what? Why do you want to have this chat? Why do you not want to kill us and take our souls?
7 souls is such a meager amount. I have far grander plans. And just because I'm a devil does not mean I can't be civilized. And we just lost Shley. And Shley is back.
Shley's back.
I'm sorry. What was an accident?
So I ask you, one last time, why should I let any of you leave here alive? Of what benefit is letting you go to me?
What is your relationship to the wrist?
And she sneers at the mention of the wrist. And she responds with, "Foul creatures, I've never liked those things. I'm impressed that you know the name."
We've killed some of them.
And with that, she takes interest. You've managed to kill some wrists.
I even chopped off one of their heads.
That is very interesting. Perhaps you can be of value to me.
We can hook you up with some free meat to stick.
She ignores the meat to stick comment entirely. Her eyes now locked on Gershaw. And she continues speaking with Gershaw and says to him, have you perhaps ever considered leaving this meager band of fools you have joined?
Like, these guys are a lot smarter than me.
I see no glimmer of intelligence here.
No, you.
Well, you know what? Like, did you want to sit down and like propose something for us to do, or did you want to fight it out, or do you want to just insult us? Because
Do we want to do anything that this woman tells us to do? After what she's just done and confessed to have done?
Well, the fact that she's got the power to strip away your invisibleness. Also, I didn't know you could do that. Cool. Yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea to immediately go for the fighting route. Maybe we could take her, but I think one or two of us would probably die.
She says to Gershaw, I can see what you're thinking. You can't possibly escape this place unharmed. I have an entire palace of guards at my disposal under my thrall. And now they all know that you are here.
Yeah.
So what can you do for me?
What do you need us to do? Clearly you want something.
Oh, I always want something. And right now, I am now in the middle of dictating how a war will start and end. So you're going to need to give me something very interesting, or I might just have to kill you.
Do you know why the Riss are here?
I couldn't care less about those creatures. I have no interest in them. So long
Well,
as they
maybe
don't
you
kill
should.
more of my own.
Well, are you sure? Because there's a particular link to the Riss that you might be interested in.
And what would that be?
Alright, you guys are gonna hate me for this, but you know, what have I mentioned the name Idal?
And she spits at the name and gives you a very nasty look as she responds, oh, I do so despise Idal. So conceited. I should have known it was his doing that brought them back.
Yeah, and there's a lot more out there than what you think.
Oh, I imagine there's many hives by now. They are fast breeding, kind of a pest.
And a couple of maybe sub-breeds, I guess, which
I imagine so. Although how
One
does
of which
any of
I'd-
this help me? You proposing that you fight Idal? You probably couldn't fight me.
I think we could do it. We've got something which is pretty interesting. I don't know whether you know about the obelisks that have been popping around.
I'm aware of the obelisks and their purpose.
Yeah. What are their purpose actually? 'Cause we don't know that, but we know something else which is of value.
You don't know
to do
their
with them.
purpose.
No, but if you give us the purpose, we'll tell you what we can do with them.
And she ponders this for a moment. Well, I already know of their purpose, and you assume I don't know what they can do.
No, what we can do with them.
Interesting. Very well. We could make a bargain right here, right now. I will tell you their purpose. You will explain to me what you believe you can do with them.
Okay, you go first.
I'll make it very clear this time. This is our only bargain thus far. This does not extend to letting you live.
Okay.
And she nods. Very well. The purpose of the obelisks is to raise the Riss. They act as conduits to reawaken any hives that might exist below ground.
Oh. Well, we did a bit of experimenting with one of them.
And she leans back in her chair and regards you curiously with a smile. Experimentation from this group. Now this should be interesting.
We did some finger painting.
We're tinker than you smart we are.
Of course you are, dear. Now be quiet.
I sulk in the corner.
Now you humans speak. Explain this finger painting to me.
Don't explain anything.
Just
But the gist of
The
it
fifth.
is is that we can activate it.
You can activate it. How did you manage to do that?
This is no longer an equal trade of information.
And she smiles at Shreed. Aren't you a clever bird? What information do you seek that you would consider equal trade?
What do you know about Idal? You seem to be close with him. We'll trade one question for one answer, both ways.
Very well. I can agree to that. Idal was formerly a... I do not wish to call him a former god. He never truly stood in the pantheon. A titan, more like. But many eons ago, there was an incident, the exact details of which have been lost, which sent him mad, some say. And last I heard, he had a particular desire to rid Edis and the entire material plane of all life.
And that would go against you collecting their souls.
Not entirely. Assuming those souls were to have made some sort of agreement or arrangement with me or one of my kind, upon their death their souls would descend into the nine hells, where I could use them.
Yeah.
How you
You
die
can
is
see
of no
though that
importance
the
to me.
majority of people dying before the contracts would probably outweigh all the souls that did come down, though.
And she smirks at you and says, I'm sure it could be seen that way. Now, how about you answer my question? How did you manage to activate an obelisk?
Between us, we put some blood on it, and it sparked up and started glowing.
Whose blood?
That's two questions.
Very well.
Anyone else have anything that they're curious about?
Yes, but not related to the race. Sorry. So, do your thing.
Actually, to be honest, like, it might be worth asking what you want to ask. I think I know what you want to ask. Do it.
What do I want to ask you? I don't know. Go for it, dude.
The book.
Out of character.
What's the meaning of the phallic barbarian?
The story as read has no meaning. It is drivel at best. But in fairness of trading questions and answers, the 7 books, when read through a cipher, will reveal the spell and counterspell to the polymorph contained within.
Shit. Well, that's a 1 question, so...
So I ask again, whose blood?
Whose blood? Well, really, all of us tried it.
Mine.
Yeah, between this... Actually, not all of us. 6 of us here tried it. Oscar didn't try it, though. He wasn't with us yet.
It was my blood.
My blood, too.
And she stands and walks around the table slowly behind each of you until she reaches Gershaw. And she crouches behind him and lowers her face to his neck and breathes deeply. And she whispers just to Gershaw, "You carry the stench of that fallen god."
No, you. Sorry.
Do I?
And she places a hand on your shoulder and she digs a nail into your flesh. Just enough to cut the skin and make you bleed a small amount. And she brings a droplet of blood up to her face and smells it before flicking it away. And you can see very carefully, just be Gershaw and whoever's sat nearest to Gershaw can see that as she flicks away the blood on her finger that she took from you, you can see small trails of smoke as if it was burning.
The blood or her?
Her.
Oh.
Finger babe.
Can we kill Gershaw to kill her?
That's a shame. Like, you don't seem to react well to blood.
And she does her best attempt to hide her mildly panicked expression quickly as she moves back around the table and retakes her seat. She leans forward, resting her chin on her hands, and she looks at Gershaw and says, "Are you sure I couldn't possibly tempt you away from this group?"
Why would you want me to leave this group?
You seem like you could make a good follower.
You don't even appreciate fine art.
It says, "Now I assure you I appreciate fine art. What you were a part of was pantomime drivel at best."
I sulk
was
more
inspired by
angrily
your
in the
books.
corner.
Now, if you don't know, I'm very good at a certain skill of making myself bleed.
And
Now-
she smiles at, "Yes, I've seen."
And you've literally just shown me that you're weak to my blood.
Do not mistake what just happened for weakness. More caution. I would much sooner you joined me than fought against me.
But why? Because it can't just be that I'm a good follower. There's plenty of people who are good followers, and for the most part, I mean, like, if it's because I own the floor, I'm sorry, but that ownership does not transfer. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it goes.
And she smiles at you, a wicked smile, and says, "Gershaw, I seek out powerful allies who will aid my cause.
And you're picking the weakest one here out of all of us.
It's clear to me that you don't understand your role to be played in this. But I offer you a ultimatum. You could either join me and fight along my side, and your soul will come with me to hell. Or I will kill you and your soul will end up wherever it needs to be. I can assure you, though, your soul is not destined for a pleasant land.
Out of character, guys, does anyone have any bargains they want to make before I say what I'm about to say?
Yeah, I want to ask about the orc war. But other than that, Muso. I'm gonna slowly let my swarm of aminals wander around while this is happening.
Sure.
Kinda.
And also, can I, even though I know it's not necessarily like something which I could probably do, how strong roughly is she? Like, is this like unbeatable, or is this like?
There's only one Muso way to Muso find out, Muso.
You couldn't possibly know how powerful she is. And, for anyone following along on Twitch, neither will you know how powerful she is because she's not using the succubus stat block anymore. I homebrewed. So no one has a preemptive idea of what's going to happen with this character.
Okay.
I will say though that we have 12 playable characters here, and action economy is disgusting.
I did think about that.
Right. So, how long would you need me for?
Why? Eternity, of course.
No, I mean as in like in the mortal coil bit, you know.
However long your body would last. As a human, I predict, on average, no more than 60 years. Although for you, I can assure you it's much, much shorter than that.
Yeah, that's a no-go, Chief. If there's anything else I can offer you, then maybe we could sort something out.
So, she gets a sour look and says, "Am I to take it you mean you won't join me willingly?"
Right, so you don't get it. Like, I know it's an ultimatum on your side. I know you got a lot of leverage, but we got the floor. Okay, now, you're offering me death or death. So it doesn't really matter what I say. So I might as well say what I want to say. Be helpful if you offer me something more tempting.
You could see it that way, or you could see it potentially as death or a less unpleasant death.
So getting your soul gradually sucked out of your body is less unpleasant than death.
Oh, Kershaw, don't
stop.
fixate so much on how you die. Focus more on where you'll be after you die. You can't see it now, but I'm offering you a salvation of a kind. Your soul is not destined to go where all of these other souls are going.
Oh man, you seem to know more about me than what I do myself.
That would be apparent.
So, how about another trade information?
And what do you have to offer me in information worthy of me explaining anything about your past?
What have I told you? There's other parties experimenting with potential things that we chatted about.
Wait, out of character, hold up. There is? Oh, right, yeah, okay.
The Fetus Lavari.
Yeah. Those guys! Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, back in character then. Experimenting with what? The wrists?
Yeah.
It depends. Have they been as successful as you have?
I don't know the full ins and outs, but it seems like the kind of thing where if they're able to kill your kind, and there's an experiment that happens and maybe it goes a bit more successful than what even we were, then it'll be trouble for you. So maybe you want to know the name of the people who are doing that.
So she agrees. Very well.
Okay.
A question for a question.
Tell me what you know about me from my past.
Oh, I couldn't possibly tell you everything. That would be far too much information. Be more specific with your question.
Where did I come from? Where did I go? Where did I come from?
In
Was waiting on that one.
Honesty, in all honesty, where you came from is not important. A backwater town to nobody parents. It doesn't matter who you were. It matters what happened in your childhood. That I see more clearly.
Well, can you tell me that then?
First, you will have to answer my question. Who are the other group experimenting with the wrists?
The Thetis Lavari?
And she nods knowingly. Of course, I should have known. Is there anything they won't mess with?
Yeah.
She says, you have amused me long enough. I will let you have one more question.
Well, you didn't answer the thing about my childhood. But I don't know.
Out of character, maybe you want to ask about the name of the god so we could research it on our own.
Which god?
You are apparently fallen god. Maybe the name of the god might be useful. Back in character.
Oh, I think they're referring to Idal.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
apparently, like yeah.
Oh.
Like apparently, I had the stench of Idal, even though I have no idea how that would tie in.
No, you don't know how that ties in, but as director of the Gersha and as you have picked up, Charles, like it was directly referencing Idol.
Yeah. So, does anyone else, out of character, does anyone else have anything they want to ask? Or am I going to find out my backstory?
Yeah, go for the backstory.
Go for it.
Okay. So, in character, what do you know about my childhood?
More than you, presumably. From what I can see, your parents were cultists that worshipped Idal. Have you been having terrible dreams lately? Flashes of memories that you don't fully understand?
Yeah.
Of course you have, for you are Idal's chosen. He seeks you as a vessel.
And not that you have to answer this, but I was recently attacked in the middle of the night. Did you have anything to do with that?
That was not my doing. I bore
Okay.
witness to that attack. Too flashy for my likings. If it had been me, you would never have been awake.
Fair enough. So, how do we get out of this, where we're all alive and stuff, and all happy and everything like that?
Is that a question in character?
Yeah.
Well, if I were to let you leave, you would need to offer me something of equal value. And as I see it, I'd be letting each of you leave with your life. So what do each of you have to offer me of equivalent value?
Your life?
While they're talking, I'm gonna get my swarm of rats to attack Esme.
Oh, okay, roll initiative then. And as you've been talking, 3 of the palace guards under Esme's thrall have in fact joined you in the room, so at the stairwell.
We didn't ask her what she did outside when we were talking with Carl.
Too late for that now.
You did not?
Oh yeah, by the way.
Oh, rats are the best.
Excuse me, hey, can you hear me?
Where did
Oh,
these
it's okay,
rats come
let's
from?
get this bit.
Crazy.
Yeet.
Yeet.
I'm also gonna roll for my swarms.
You same.
Do I have to roll 4 times for the 4 different animal groups?
No, do they count as?
Not 20!
Nice.
Nice.
So M's.
Yeah, do I have to roll 4 times for each swarm, or just once for all the swarms in general?
You'll roll once for each swarm. And they will have their own their own initiative.
What is the plus bonus on the swarms? Is there any?
I no longer have that open. I was hoping you would.
I'll check.
Yeah.
Wait, no, hang on. That's not actually. Sorry, I did the wrong number.
So what is
I
it?
did the roll, but it's +3, I think,
2
or +2
swarms
even.
of spiders and a swarm of bats, right? That I'm adding to the initiative tracker.
It's 17.
2 swarms of spiders and 2 swarms of rats.
Ah, you have 2 of each. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Swarm, rat 1. Swarm.
Okay, I couldn't find anything about like bonus initiative things, so I'll just
Yeah, I get, in that case I'll
treat it as just like a 1d20.
Yeah, 1d20. Swarm, spider 1. And swarm, spider 2. Oh my god, there's going to be a lot of initiative going on in this one. Okay, so let me go check out all these initiative scores so I can log everything. What?
Shit, I didn't roll. What am I like? Why am I like this?
What do
I
we
don't
have?
know.
Right,
Initiative where a good number doesn't count for a crit, right?
no.
So you're on
Unfortunately
attack.
not.
Otherwise we had 2 already.
Alright, so Solgar was a 7. Our first 7 of the game.
Actually, it was
Oh, it
9.
was 9,
but,
she got advantage. Yep. But you did roll a 7 as well.
I did roll a 7.
You rolled a 7 on both of them.
Yes.
Shreed did a 22. Gershol with a 10. M with a 23. Fanny Boss with a 23. Error in roll, unexpected input on line 1. Fanny Boss, what did you
That's
do?
me.
Oh,
No, that's me.
Okay,
I
what
was
did you do?
making a- I made a big old mess. It's 17 for me.
Fanny Boss is a 23, but he'll be going after him because I've got the crit. Kappa with the 19.
17. I messed up the number. I only have +2.
17.
Sorry.
Oscar with the 19. Okay. Rat 1 with 18. Rat 2, 11. Spider 1, 18. And Spider 2 with the 9. God, that's a lot of initiative on the tracker right now.
Chaos.
Okay. Let's start figuring this out. Right then. Okay, so as you stand around the table, and Shreed, you decide to direct your vermin and pests towards Esme. You and Esme are going to be part of a separate initiative as a surprise round. So that means you and your critters plus Esme are going to move, and then we're going to initiative order, which will start with them.
Oh my god. No! Snevin!
Oh,
Not.
oh no.
Too bad.
And so, what were you attempting to do with that roll?
Oh, I thought that was initiative.
Oh no, you rolled initiative earlier on your own, didn't you? I saw Sharita up there.
Oh. Never mind then.
Yeah, you got a 22. You got a 22 on initiative. This is you're going first as part of the surprise because you're the ones you started it. So I'd recommend going through you and your creatures
So
in
cool.
any order you want. But after you've done,
Okay.
it'll be after the creatures and you, it'll be Esme, and then we'll start proper initiative order from what we rolled.
Okay, gotcha. I'm going to use my buff berry as a bonus action, and then use what is this spell called? Flaming sphere with a level 3 spell slot, and cast it at the guards.
Okay.
So it'll land right here.
All right. So, what do they have to roll to save for that? Is that a saving roll or is that a
Yeah, it's a saving roll. It is a Dex 14 and 3d6 damage.
Dex 14. Alright, bear with. As I remember to fill in all their HPs first, so that I can remove it in a moment. So Dex 14, yep.
Yep.
Okay, and third card. So 2 pass and 1 fail. The furthest one fails. What are the conditions for
Okay.
pass and fail now?
3d6 and then half damage if they succeed.
Okay, so 3d. So you roll the damage for it then.
Sure.
Roll for each of them as well. So the first 2 get halved. So that's a 7, a 4, and full damage, an 8. So guard 1 takes 7 damage. Guard 2 takes 4 damage. And guard 3 is taking 8 damage. Okay. None of them look particularly happy about what just happened. They're not looking particularly sad either. They're looking kind of zoned out and almost gormless at this point. They are moving very similar to the way that Tristan was moving when he was walking around. So yeah, they're just kind of stood there, letting the flames eat away at them.
Okay. And then the rat one is just gonna occupy Esme's space and attack.
Alright.
I'm just gonna pull up the stat sheets for the rats and the spiders. Okay. So rat 1 does not hit.
Not gonna hit.
Rat 2 maybe. Rat 2 got a 21.
Rat 2 is gonna hit.
Okay, and that does 4d4 damage.
What the fuck?
That's really good.
Bruh.
What kind of damage?
Piercing.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I lied. 2d6. It's 2d6.
2d6 piercing, yeah?
Yeah, 2d6 piercing.
Oh.
So that's a 9 piercing.
Okay. Which is...
And then the 2 spiders are gonna attack.
Okay.
And the other spider's gonna attack. And I'm guessing they both miss.
Yep. They are both misses.
Cool. And that means my interaction to yeet the chair beside me, like backwards out of the way.
Okay. So, Esme is going to get a response, and she's going to move away from the table, standing over here, and she is going to cut right to the chase with you, Shareed, and she's going to cast Blight. So necromantic energy washes over your entire body, draining moisture and vitality from it. You must now make a Constitution saving throw.
Wow, that's not ideal.
That is not
Um,
ideal.
Yikes.
So,
Do you have inspiration?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I have an inspiration that I can give.
I should have a bit as well.
Ow.
Shall I take an inspiration?
I have 2, so I can give you 1.
Okay, sure. 14.
let me just check. No, that's not gonna pass either. So yeah, you have failed that save, and you are going to take. Going to use. I'll do that. Okay. Dice number. You're going to take 39 necrotic damage.
Cool.
That freaking lot.
I am no longer buff buried. Is what that did basically.
Okay, so that's going to bring us back around to the top of the initiative table after that opening salvo. Esme, or more accurately, Felona at this point, is amused by Shreed's attempt to attack her. She doesn't seem concerned for the guards, or particularly for Tristan at this point, and she seems to be ready now to put up a fight. And with a wicked laugh, she says, "Very well. Let's see if any of you can escape with your lives. Em, it is your turn."
I'm gonna start with an interaction, I think it could be classified as,
Yep.
which is to throw a shit ton of ball bearings at her.
You can definitely do that as an interaction, yeah?
Yes.
Be aware,
She
before you do this, be aware that by
There's a
throwing
fly.
all these ball bearings across the floor, you're not quite sure how well it will affect her, but you know for sure it will affect any member of your party that needs to then move across the ball bearings as well.
Yeah, maybe not do that because I need to punch.
But I want my sneak attack.
You, yes, you're not getting it this turn at least, because there's nothing to give you that advantage.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted to do that. Can I just pick one of the ball bearings, like just one of the thousands that I have, and hit her in the face as an interaction, not an attack? Because this would be how big are the ball bearings?
Like smaller than a marble.
Oh, like shooting things.
Yeah, they're gonna be either marble sized or smaller. That's why you have a bag of 1,000 of them.
And it's not huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, I'm gonna pick one, just one, as an interaction, and smack her in the face. Hopefully, hitting one of the eyes.
Roll a dex check. Just because it's ridiculous if you roll high. You know what? I think a 7 was exactly the number that you required to do 1 damage.
Because it's a meme.
Yeah, I'll let you have 1 damage for that.
Thank you. Did I hit her in the eye?
No,
One of
like
them?
right between the
No.
eyes.
Oh, is she still like, hey, or is she like a little bit confused or?
She's slightly baffled, almost impressed,
Oh,
but
I guess impressed doesn't give me a sneak attack.
no,
That's it.
no,
Oh, for fuck's sake!
no, it's not guaranteed.
I'm gonna shoot with the crossbows.
Okay.
So, no. What am I doing? This. I almost typed 65 instead of 6. And another 7, so I guess that one doesn't hit.
That is not gonna hit.
I should just use ball bearings in the future.
Well, you rolled a nat 1 on that as well. That is not gonna hit either. So you
Can I use inspiration to roll at least one? Again.
you already moved on to your bonus action. I'll let you use inspiration to re-roll the bonus action.
The second one, yeah. I'm out of inspiration for the first time since the beginning of the campaign.
Just write more fan fiction. I'm sure you'll get more.
Wait, no. Hold up. So the first one was supposed to be a d20 plus 6.
That
Instead I rolled a d6 plus 6. Because I got confused with the damage, but it was supposed to be d20 plus 6 to hit.
is a good point. I'll let you re-roll that again
Okay, thank
with
you.
an actual d20. I mean, it was still a 1.
Wow, that's hilarious.
You are not hitting with that crossbow. It just the universe has said no.
Yeah, I'm just gonna crouch behind the chair and pretend that didn't happen.
Hide in shame.
Yeah.
That brings us down to Fanny Boss.
I'm behind the chair doing this with the crossbows.
Well, I need to move towards. I don't know if I'm going to attack.
Ideally, yes.
Yeah. Right, well, I'm going to move forward. How close do I need to be able to attack?
Next to her, essentially, because you've only got like a 5-foot reach with the
Five.
fiery sword.
5.
So yeah, diagonal to her.
thing
There, you can,
gets me there.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
hit her there.
Okay. Alright, well, I'm just going to do the big smackaroonie.
Have you ignited your sword?
Oh shit, I need that.
Because that will be a bonus action.
I'll do that then. I'll use a bonus action on that.
Okay.
And I shall roll to hit. Remember. Alright. Hold on a minute. 20 was my thing again. I keep forgetting. Bruh.
It's written next to your
Give me a
sword on your
second.
character sheet, dude.
Yeah,
D20 plus the big plus
the-
number.
it's plus 8.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Yeah.
find it. Find it. I got it. Oh shit.
Critical miss. That is not gonna hit.
That two nat ones in a row.
That is 2 nat 1s in a row. You guys have.
Well, I have a second attack,
You do.
so I might use that.
This is going well, isn't it?
For her, it's going fantastic. That.
Oh shit.
That's a crit. Oh. Big damage incoming.
Oh yes. Alright.
Please roll
And then he rolls a nat 1 again.
No, remember, so it's going to be his maximum damage output plus whatever he rolls for his
Plus-
crit.
What's my maximum? Oh shit.
We did this before.
Where's my maximum? Yeah, no, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd have to
Sorry.
redo mine
That's
to.
why I wrote this down.
So it's my maximum plus whatever I roll then.
Yeah, so your maximum damage output is 2d6 plus 5 plus 2d6, so that's going to be 12, 24, 29. So it's whatever you roll plus.
Oh wow.
So, yeah.
29 plus whatever I roll here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that just like in one turn, or is that including bonus actions and stuff, like what you can do
In one
overall?
turn, Fanny Boss's sword is 2d6 plus 5 is its damage, plus another 2d6 for it being on fire. So that's 11. You got plus.
Oh, then,
so that's
that's-
another 5, so that makes it 16. 16 plus 29. So that's 35 damage for your crit.
Bruh.
Bruh.
How much?
35.
35 damage in one hit.
I mean, isn't there another 2d6 that you forgot to add to that?
No, I counted that as well.
No.
So it says 11 on Discord, but that's it's 16 on Discord because it's plus 5. So 16 plus 20. Sorry, so yeah, that would be yeah, 35 damage.
Wait, 16 plus 29 is not 35.
Sorry, it's not. It's 45.
Yes! Oh, thank goodness,
Thank
it's
you,
not
that's
just
Fixing my
me.
math.
Yes! Now, Cactus, stop making fun of me on your Twitch channel.
It's my turn to be bad at
And
math.
is now resident mathematician.
I never professed to be good at
Oh.
math. I don't have the calculator open, and none of you have ever rolled that high damage before, so.
Well then.
So yeah, I feel that
Raffle?
that requires the sound effect of the crit and the flame sounds as you do the blaze,
Nice.
and definitely need some battle music in here. I don't know why it keeps cutting out. What did I do to make Sirenscape not do battle noises? There we go. So, Fanny Boss, you miss with the first attack, but you bring your flame tongue sword down again, the fire blazing, and manage to actually catch Esme, cut into it, dealing a huge chunk of damage. This really pisses her off. She hadn't quite considered how powerful you might be, and had sort of ignored you as a non-threat, and now she's reassessing the situation. But that will bring us down to Sharit's turn now.
Okay. I'm gonna first turn down my Sirenscape.
Same.
Then I'm gonna consume another buff berry as a bonus action, I think. And then walk over here. And then get my flame sphere that's currently here to ram into Esme over here.
Okay, so what's the? Sorry, it's a DC check, right? For dexterity.
Yeah, Dex 14.
Dex 14. Yeah, she passes that.
Oh my god, these rolls. So it's 5 rounded down to 2 or 3.
Okay, so that'll be a 2. 2 damage. Okay, she's not
That is
overly
all.
concerned about that. She kind of brushes it off.
Yeah, and that's it.
Alright. Oscar, you're up.
Cool. So first, I have a question.
Yes.
For out of character. So I have a shovel in my inventory.
Dig a hole?
Yeah.
Can I clatter her over the head with it?
You could use it as an improvised club using the club stat sheet, yeah?
Okay.
Which is going to be a 1d4 plus your strength modifier.
Okay. Hang on, let me just check that. That's not great. It's not great. Okay. Yeah, no worries. Let's not do that then.
I mean, you could do it. That's entirely a possible thing.
I could, but I would do max 3 damage.
Yeah, there's a reason that improvised weapons aren't, like, you know, weapons.
Cool.
They sell those too.
Nice. Cool. I would like to walk up to her first. Anyway. I can go diagonally, yeah?
You can.
Counts as 1 step? Or, well,
Yeah, 5 foot for
like
diagonal.
5 feet. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Yeah, I can do that. Cool. And I would like to. Hang on one moment. There we go.
I would like to alert you that you are in range of a flame sphere that is not visible, but is right here. I
Big
guess you can
oof.
see it.
Apologies. Apologies.
Don't apologize. You're just gonna get a little singed.
I shall go this direction instead. How
Have you not
big is-
learned from last time?
How big is it?
yeah, like right there is fine. Where you were before in front of her is okay.
Okay.
Just
cool.
like any the adjacent squares are in oof zone.
Big oof. Okay. That didn't happen. Yeah. So, right. What I would like to do is throw my hammer at her.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all I got. But yeah.
You don't have to throw the hammer, since you could just, you know,
Yes,
hit her with
bonk.
the hammer. Yeah.
Yes. I would like to bonk it. Yes. Hang on. I got. How do I do that again?
Is it equipped so you've got your actions? For hitting things.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's 1d20 plus the big plus number next to it to try and hit
Yeah.
her.
Cool. Sorry.
No worries. On the sly, I'm just loading up something else.
Oh, snad. Nine. Oh, but I have inspiration actually, so I could use it.
Yeah, a 9 will not hit, so you could try again.
Okay, I'm going to take a second shot at. I know that this failed miserably before, but I'm going to take a shot at casting Hideous Laughter, and just see.
It worked.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was checking something. Where are we now? What are we doing?
I'm gonna make another attempt, even though it failed miserably the last time I tried to do it.
Okay.
At casting Hideous Laughter.
Right, so what's your spell DC? That she's got to
It is 14.
pass. Right. What skill is that with that charisma?
Wisdom, sorry.
Wisdom 14.
Yes.
And she passes it.
Oh. That means it doesn't hit. Sorry, right?
Yeah, unless it says on if they pass the throw, something happens, or on a failed saving throw, something else happens. So I don't have idiots
not
left in front of me. Yeah, so unfortunately that's not gonna do it.
Cool.
She does laugh though, but more at your futile attempt.
Cool. At me, not with me.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's humiliating.
It's okay. We have all missed on this fine day.
You're not doing great. Is that all of your turns?
I think so.
Okay. So that brings us to Rat Swarm number 1.
Oh yeah, rat one.
Rat 1.
Alright. They are. I'm just gonna throw like a random token and we'll just pretend it's rat one because I don't want to separate them.
Okay.
Okay. Rat one goes right on top. Oh no, it's gonna die to the. Wait 1 second. Let me think about this. It's gonna die to my fire if it's right on top of Esme. No. Rat one.
Rest his soul.
Oh. Poor rat one. 1 second. Let me pull up the stat sheet. Can it attack from 5 feet away? 1 second. Oh, they can only attack from 0 feet. I'm sorry, rat one. I'm so sorry. Okay, rat one's gonna go in for an attack.
Alright, roll to hit.
$15.
And that is a miss.
Okay. And that is all rat one does.
Okay, Esme is gonna actually move next to you, Sharid, and she is going to attempt to hit you with an unarmed strike.
Okay, I have armor class 18.
Excellent. Where's the button for me to roll this?
How I am surprisingly tanky. You might not expect it, but I'm actually like probably the second tankiest person here.
All those feathers.
18! Jeez.
So she's gonna
in the
do-
meantime,
So she's gonna do 5 damage to you.
okay. In the meantime, rat one is probably gonna die. Oh no, rat one has taken 9 damage. I don't know how to put a counter on him. I don't even know how much HP rat one has in the first place, but it's taken 9 damage from being in the fireball.
They should say the damage went on the stats for them. I haven't actually written the HPs onto the thing yet, so. Rat 1's at -9, I'll remember that.
Rat 1, 24 HP, 78 minus 7.
Alright, 24 on Rat 1 and 2. And spiders, what are they?
Spiders are 22, 5d8.
22. Cool. I can track that as well then.
Okay.
Alright, but you've taken 5 damage from an unarmed strike, and that brings us down to Capo's turn.
Okay. As a bonus action, I believe it is a bonus action, but as a bonus action, I would like to summon my weapon.
Yep.
So weapon summons.
Did you actually do the ritual, or have you summoned your? Oh no.
Oh no,
Okay, so not the knuckle dusters.
not the knuckle. The oh no.
Okay.
And then I would like to. Sorry, let me just check. One, two, three, four. I want to move to a more favorable position. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That works.
Yep.
And I'm gonna shoot a guiding bolt towards our new best friend.
All right.
Let me actually perform that. Critical hit.
Critical hit on guiding bolts. That's gonna do. What's it?
Does that mean double damage?
What is the damage on guiding bolt?
5d6.
Okay. Wait, is guiding bolt meant to be? Is that a spell attack one, or have you missed, or is that gonna be one that she actually does a save against? I can't remember anymore.
It doesn't say dex save or anything. It just gives me a +4 for the throw.
Ah, right. Yes. So that has hit with a critical then. So I'm just moving between character sheets now, so I can go reread guiding bolt.
So that'll be 30 plus whatever is rolled, right?
So make a ranged spell attack against a target. On a hit, the target takes 46 radiant damage, and on the next attack roll made against this target before the end of your next turn has advantage thanks to the mystical dim light glittering on the target until then. So that's going to do 46. So that's going to do 46.
It's up to 5 though, because it's level 2.
Level. So you use second level spell slot. Oh yeah, because you're a warlock, so it always gets to the highest level, doesn't it? So it's 5d6. So 5d6 is going to be 30 damage. So it's 5d6 plus 30 of radiant damage.
I did not realize that's how the crits work.
That's how the crits have changed. Yeah, that's the homebrewed roll for crits. Is instead of rolling double, you get to roll and then add the maximum, so that you're always going to get big damage. So if you just roll 6 now, if you roll 5 1s, it's not going to feel like a critical hit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's good.
Okay.
So it's 5d6 plus 30, please, for big damage.
Oh my god.
And it's radiant damage, is it?
Yes, it is. 50 radiant damage, please.
I imagine that's gonna do double damage against the devil. I think Cable has the single highest damage dealt in a single hit.
It only took, what, 16 weeks?
That's
You
good.
caught so many arrows that you internalized the arrow and you returned the guiding arrow to the enemy.
You'd be the arrow.
I have become the arrow. I have learned from the arrow.
You're
The arrow
one
gives
with
me
the
strength.
arrow.
Sorry, just
So
checking my notes on the weaknesses.
Arrow that bitch down.
Mark your spell slot as well.
Okay. Alright. Anything else you want to do this turn?
Question of a technical kind. Do I need to have a free hand to cast magic?
Kinda.
Okay, that's fine. Yes, I will spend 1 key for a bonus action to get into a defensive stance, whatever it's called.
Okay.
Patient defense.
Okay. Oh lord. Right, so that brings us to Felona's actual turn now. And it's going to reset all the legendary actions, and she is going to cast... Don't refresh, I was reading that. Alright, so first of all, she's going to cast a very high spell. She kind of needs to right now, after that last hit. And so she's going to cast Dominate Person on Fanny Boss. So Fanny Boss, can you roll a Wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Alright then. Hold on. Yikes.
Okay, you are now under the control, the thrall of Felona. So it means you're currently charmed and have a telepathic link with her, and for as long as the two of you are on the same plane of existence, and how long does this last? So for the next minute, so that's the next 10 turns, you are required to do and carry out any commands that she issues you, verbally or telepathically. If she doesn't offer you a command, you will simply defend yourself to the best of your ability whilst not moving.
Fuck.
So, yes, this creature, being you, takes only the actions that she's going to choose, and you don't do anything. It doesn't do anything that you don't allow it to do. So you can't act against her will.
Can I just say,
during this time, she can also use you as a reaction as part of her turns. And each time you take damage, you'll have to do a new Wisdom saving throw to see if you get out of the spell.
Bruh.
So you are going to be very useful to her with that fiery sword that you've got. She's also going to make another attempt to smack Cactus in the face. Is she going to do that? Or she has something more powerful?
Monk ass.
Actually, she's going to bite Shareed. So that is a 28. Does 28 hit?
It might hit, yes.
Okay, cool. And you are going to take 6 piercing damage and 10 necrotic damage. So 16 total, 6 of which is piercing, 10 of which is necrotic.
Gotcha.
Your maximum hit points are reduced by 10. She heals 10.
Oops.
That doesn't reduce your hit point maximum to 0, does it? It shouldn't do.
No,
Okay.
no. I still have like 30 HP, 33 HP.
And you are also currently grappled.
Okay.
So she do be grappling with you. And that's going to end her turn now, and that's going to bring us down to guard number 3. Guard number 3 is
It's like the extras in a TV show.
not going very far.
Guard
1, 2,
number 3.
3.
What role did you play? I played guard.
Guard number 3.
Guard number 3 is just going to stand there and look at the party kind of gormlessly. And that takes us to Swarm Rat 2.
Woo, Rat 2! Electric Boogaloo. Okay, Rat 2's gonna just go right onto her space and attack. Eight.
That is not going to hit.
And then Rat 2 ends its turn.
Alright, and that's going to bring us to Gershaw. You're up.
let's do this.
Leroy.
I'm gonna move over here. I'm actually gonna move. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm gonna use my bonus action to summon Arms of the Astral Self. As what's her face is in my sights. I forgot her actual name. It's not on the screen.
Thelona.
Thelona is in my sights. Is in within 10 foot of me. She has to make a Dex saving throw, DC 12.
There's always reload. I know. I was scrolling through all my notes. And it's like, nah, I'm gonna reload. Sorry, Dex of DC 12, right?
Yeah.
Which she failed.
She has to take 2d6 force damage.
Force damage as well, 2d6. So roll the 2d6.
Eight. Oh, sorry. 5. Sorry. There. I read the one above.
5 force damage. Okay, so cool.
All right. Then I'm gonna do, because I got 2 attack actions. I'm gonna use one. I'm gonna use both of my unarmed strikes as Arms of the Astral Self, though.
All right.
So I do the first one.
That's not gonna
With
hit.
advantage. With advantage.
So I took this. Oh, it's
With
with advantage. Okay, so I
yeah.
get to roll again.
That's
11. Fucking
Not gonna hit.
Christ. Right. Do the second one. Ten. What is it with these rolls, man?
That
Oh
is
my
not gonna
god.
hit either. But you get
Yeah, well,
advantage.
I
You get
guess-
advantage again because
I thought it was only on the. Yeah. Okay. Fine.
wait, it's
I'll
advantage
take it.
until the end of Capo's next turn,
I'm
right?
checking. The next attack roll made against the target before the end of your next turn, so only the one.
Okay, okay, the one. Yeah, okay. So yeah, no advantage on that one. Sorry, sorry, Charles.
All right. I just miss
All right.
a lot then.
Because you're standing so far away from me, just
Yeah. Just slap fighting at a distance again. So that's the end of your turn. That brings us to guard number 2, who is also going to move forward, and he's going to move here. So Cacto, what does he take?
3d6 if he fails the wisdom 14.
So. Oh, he passes it. What happens if he passes?
Nice. Half damage,
Half
so 3.
damage. So 3 damage to guard 2. And that's going to bring us to Solgra's turn.
Right. We'll move here. I'm gonna rage,
Yep.
because although that doesn't do anything to protect me, I still do damage. More damage. And I am gonna make my first attack. Does 25 hit?
25 hits.
Cool. And rage damage is 15.
And that's slashing damage, yeah? No, bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
Alright. So she takes 15 bludgeoning damage.
And then I'm going to use my second attack. Hit again. 16.
16 will hit. Another 12 bludgeoning damage.
And because I've used my bonus action to rage, that's my turnover.
Okay, that brings us down to Swarm Spider 2.
Cool. This one's gonna walk over and do a cheeky little munch on Fanny Boss.
Alright, roll to hit Fanny Boss. He's got a high AC. You gotta roll 19, right? Or higher.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh my god, it's a 19!
Alright, roll damage on Fanny Boss.
Impale them.
This is for your own good, I promise. And 9 damage. Piercing.
Alright, so Fanny Boss takes that damage. And now Fanny
I'm
Boss,
unhappy.
you will have to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Let me get up first.
What?
Alright. Yikes. Okay. This one.
Okay, that has not broken the spell on you. Unfortunately. And that brings us to guard number 1.
Yikes.
And guard number 1 is going to move here. So
No, don't step on my rats.
he has to roll a dex. And he fails. So
12 damage.
12 damage. 12 damage kills this guard.
Rip.
Nice.
Nice.
He falls over, and as he falls with the flames engulfing him, what was previously a kind of zoned out guard who was just kind of looking at the party and not really thinking, as he falls, suddenly he begins to scream as the flames take him over and engulf him and burn him alive until he eventually stops screaming altogether.
So glad you didn't have a sound effect for that.
If only.
Snad.
I think it was copyrighted for Star Wars 3 or something.
Do I have the Wilhelm scream queued up?
Are you talking about the Anakin scene?
That would have been good as well.
Yeah.
Please never use that again.
That brings us back to the top of the initiative table, and before M gets a turn, Esme is once again going to bite Sharid.
Spicy.
At least buy him dinner first.
That is going to hit. And you're going to take 8 piercing damage and 14 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And that's also going to reduce your maximum hit point score by another 14.
Okay. You said 14, right?
Yes. So that's 14 necrotic damage, your maximum hit points down by 14, and another 8 piercing damage.
I am in the ouchie zone.
Have you gone to 0 hit points yet?
I'm at 11 right now.
Okay. I mean, that's not...
Also, my max HP is like 20.
Don't let that hit 0. That
That would be less than ideal.
That's how people die. I'll be
Maybe
nice
it's
and
time
point
to blow
out
out.
if if this effect does bring your hit point maximum down to 0, that is not a saving throw. That's an outright death.
Gotcha.
And she's also going to command Fanny Boss to attack Caporius.
But I am still in defense mode.
Yes,
So
but
that
Fanny Boss
is
hears
good.
a voice in his mind telepathically from Valona, telling Fanny Boss to attack Caporius with all that he's got. To go hard or go home. She wants you to do 2 attacks on Caporius.
Bruh.
Just a quick question: would I be able to bribe him with alcohol?
No,
Will that break him out?
it will not break him out.
Worth a try. Worst in the game.
And that's a reaction, right? To control.
Not this time, no.
Okay.
Should it not happen on Russell's turn? Or
I mean, on Russell's turn, all he does is roll a wisdom throw to break it, maybe? Or is that only on damage?
He's done
That's
that
how I
already.
was gonna do it. I was
Yeah.
gonna have Russell do his thing now, and then have an attempt on his turn to break out of it, to keep it at the top of the
Okay.
table. So yeah,
but he just did the saving.
that was
roll.
because he took
That's because I
damage.
attacked him.
Yeah, anytime he takes damage, he has to roll the saving throw again to see if it breaks him out of the spell.
Oh.
That's why Cactus attacked Russell. Not because he just felt like attacking Russell.
Okay.
There was strategy behind it, not just like malice. It's like, aha, my turn to attack Russell finally.
Bruh. Right, so that I need to roll to hit
Yeah,
them.
roll to hit Capo.
Oh,
She,
You know, how does the dodge work again? I kind of forgot. Was it disadvantage or was
Oh no.
It's
Do you have-
disadvantage, right?
Do you have inspiration to reroll that?
I think it's disadvantage
shit.
though for the dodge roll.
yeah, just what did you have queued up? Sorry, what's it called?
patient defense, key power,
So
dodge action? But I don't know what that. I don't remember what that actually entails.
it's 1 bonus action. When you spend a key point, you can spend 1 key point to take a dodge action as a bonus action on your turn. So that's that would normally be, yeah, making people roll at disadvantage to hit you. So Russell, roll that again,
roll again.
and if you could
okay.
please get another 20, that would be
Imagine if he crits
that'd be
twice.
great.
Can I bardic inspiration that?
You don't want to
Russell?
bardic inspiration, Russell. That would make
No.
him
Please,
awful.
please, bardic inspiration,
Yes, it
Russell.
would.
No.
No, sorry.
Please.
Can I?
Roll
No,
12.
but can I? I can do the opposite. I can. I can.
Well, it's a 12 doesn't hit.
No, he missed actually, so it's
Yeah,
actually
12
okay
doesn't hit.
for now.
All right, so
Okay, right. Sorry.
now
sorry.
use your second attack to attack Glorious. If you would.
Is that still with disadvantage?
No.
Crit.
I have
Crit.
done my dodge.
Crit.
Cactus, could you
Oh.
fucking
Sorry.
Oh,
That is gonna hit. Now please
Indeed it is.
roll all your damage numbers on Caporius.
Fuck, dude.
Just know that I will hold it against you, Russell, that's all.
So it's just one episode, 1, 2, 6 plus 6.
Why is he still typing? Guys, why is he still...
You'll forget
Oh,
Russell's
that's
a
not good
powerhouse.
bad.
Don't forget your extra 2d6 for the fire.
But you're fire resistant though, because you're a dragon, right? So
So
it's not so bad.
Yeah, I'm resistant
he's
to fire.
fire resistant.
You're resistant, not immune.
I am!
And fire resistant.
Never forget.
Never forgetty.
That's,
There you go.
that turns into what, 3 or 2?
So that's going to be a 13 plus a 2, so that's going to be 15 damage total.
Sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. I shall snad anyway.
All right, and that makes it Emma's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna
Please
move
do lots of
here.
damage.
How you guys liking
I'm gonna-
the legendary actions, by the way? How you liking an actual boss monster?
It does feel like a boss
Cool.
fight. It's great.
I'm gonna move here on the chair. I moved out of my crawling traumatized position for missing. And I'm gonna use my left hand to touch Funny Boss. Now, I'm in spring, and when I'm in spring, I can use my Misty Step to teleport a creature within 5 feet into an occupied space within 30 feet that I can see.
Nice.
Now, hear me out. Funny Boss is a tiny one, just like me.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to ideally teleport Funny Boss inside that chest near the fireplace.
I will allow it.
Thank you. Russell, get yeeted in the chest now.
Okay.
Does that also do damage in any way?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
So.
So it's the one near the fireplace.
Yep. So Fanny Boss is now in the chest.
Yes.
I have
And the
become
chest is very heavily closed. So vibe in there for a bit.
I mean, it's
Bravo.
closed, but it's not locked
It is not locked.
because you opened it.
But he's gonna have to get out of it.
Shouldn't be too hard
And
for a
he's
very
far
strong
away.
dwarf like Fanny Boss.
Yeah, but that's gonna take him a while anyway. And also needs to walk back to us if he wants to hit us. Also, it was funny, so I wanted
It
to do
was
that.
funny.
Very funny.
And how was the chest locked, by the way?
Hmm?
How was the chest locked? How did I unlock it?
It
Did I break the lock?
wasn't locked at all.
So the chest was never locked. Okay.
So
Well, then I have no chance of locking him in there.
not unless you're carrying a lock with
You
you.
can sit on the chest.
You can sit on the chest.
I'm 4'6", and I'm just gonna. Okay, I'm gonna use my right hand and my action to try and crossbow the bitch.
All right. Roll to attack.
That does not
That
hit.
does not hit.
Am I allowed to go back under the chair now?
Now you've already moved out of it. That's the end of your turn.
Oh. I'll just crouch on top of the chair and just...
That means that it's Fanny Boss's turn. So Fanny Boss, roll a Wisdom saving throw for me, please.
I'll try.
Can you see?
You know, if he passes this and he has to walk back to us to help us.
Yeah, but he's got a -1, and I thought just in case.
Right.
Stand
hold
up.
on.
Please don't roll a 20 now. I was trying to help.
That
Oh,
is
good.
not.
Well,
gonna,
bad,
that is-
but-
You're getting better, but that's not going to break the spell. You're still under.
You're
her
welcome.
command. So you get seeing this, you get a new command from Felona in your mind, telling you to get out of the chest and once again to rejoin the fight. Although you won't be able to do it in this turn, you'll pretty much just be able to open the chest like lid above you. So you kind of like just sat in the chest with the door open to it now. Sort of looking out, and that's gonna take us to Shareed.
Okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action to use a flame blade.
Okay.
And I am going to do the smack.
You are currently grappled, by the way.
Oh,
I know I can't move. That's why I'm gonna do as much damage as possible before I die. I cannot back out. That party chat response. I can move. So I'm going full Leroy here. I think it's +7. Let me check. Yes. 23.
That will hit.
Okay, then I do.
very strong attack.
How do I do this? Will that work? That does not work. Okay.
No, you can do the pluses between them, can't you? Like 3d6, 1d6.
Yeah.
Or you can just do 4d6.
Oh yeah, I guess I could have done that. Oh well.
Unless they're different damage types. Or the others.
They are different damage types.
Right.
So 1d4 plus. Sorry, let me just. 6 damage slashing, 8 damage fire, 3 damage necrotic.
So 6 slashing. Sorry, we'll do that first. And what was the next one?
8 fire.
8 fire. Yep.
And 1 second, let me check.
What was the necrotic one?
3 necrotic. I think I might have rolled that wrong. Oh no, 3 necrotic, yeah.
Okay. Alright.
And then I use my reaction to do another necrotic damage because she's right beside me. So another 1d6, 3 necrotic damage again.
Okay. That necrotic damage really doesn't seem to phase her.
Okay.
And she, in reaction, is when does that happen? She does something. You don't know what it is that she's just done. You're not sure, but you get a bad feeling about it.
Bad feeling about this.
Like this.
I'm gonna give you a heads up. There are gonna be 5 swarms of bats arriving in 2 more rounds.
Okay.
You're not meant to know that, but I feel like it's only fair at this point for the first boss monster to give you a heads up that she's just summoned a horde. 5 swarms of bats. So assist. So they're gonna show up soon. And that brings us to Oscar's turn.
Yeah, I am probably just going to try and bonk it again. If I can. With the hammer.
Not the hideous laughter.
Will we retry the hideous laughter?
I mean, it's a dice roll,
memes.
Can
right?
we cast that on Fanny Boss? Would that stop him? Because these
Just
are
deal with
like
this
the
dwarven-
tests, would that stop like the commands?
That's brilliant. If it works, will we try it?
You just kick the chest. Will that damage Fanny Boss enough to knock him out?
I mean, if you want to knock Fanny Boss out, you're gonna have to take him down to 0 HP.
No, I mean out of trance, like knock him out of it.
Any damage he takes whatsoever, he then has to roll the wisdom saving throw again. And until he passes that wisdom saving throw, he will be under her control.
So we all kick the chest.
Holy.
I have 999 ball bearings, and Fanny Boss ain't one of them, so we can all throw one each.
Yeah, but you'll have to roll exactly a 7 if you want to do any damage with the ball bearing. No higher, no
Get a
lower.
snake.
Exactly 7 to do damage with the ball bearing.
Okay. I'm like, do I want to attack or do I want to kick the chest?
If you kick the chest, then you'll be close to the chest, though.
Yeah.
If he gets out of the chest soon,
Yeah, I don't
he
love that.
bonky.
I don't love the idea of that, to be honest, now. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk up to here. And I'm gonna attempt the bonke with the hammer again, if I may. And I am going to do that by checking the thing again. Hang on. Yes. 13.
13 is not going to hit.
Snad. Oh, snad. Can I use my inspiration? I never used it.
You can.
Yeah, fuck it. Do I still use the modifier? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you will.
Cool.
That will hit.
Yay. Bunky. Hang on, let me check the thing. Oh yeah, okay.
So what's the damage roll on that?
Or 1d4 minus 1.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say you're helping, but actually I'm not sure
You
now.
just gently, like, tap her. She takes 1 damage out of pity. she kind of looks at you like pretty sadly, just like, oh dear. Like, what? Are you sure you've picked the right career path?
No, you!
Speaking of career path, you do have bardic inspiration.
That's true. You haven't
Just take-
you haven't been using your bardic inspiration at all.
No, I
Just
haven't.
take
I probably
damage
should
from
be.
secondhand embarrassment.
Why am I like this? Okay.
Out
Yeah.
of character, Solgra or Gershaw would be really good targets for bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
Yes, I am going to give Solgra a bardic inspiration. I'm sorry. Forgot that was a thing.
Is Charles gone for anyone else or just me?
Oh.
He's loading.
I see.
He's
Charles.
just thinking really hard about it.
Yeah,
Yeah. If he's on the stream, it's fine. I just lost him.
I see him frozen. So
Yeah. That's the same that happened the other night, though.
that's fine. He'll realize
Then we can
eventually and
make
he'll be back.
something.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's broken the layout.
There we go.
Oh, rip.
Well, we don't have a short notice like 6-person version of this particular display on Twitch, so we'll have to deal with the broken cameras for a moment.
Oh.
He's back.
Hello.
Sorry,
I'm
my
Gersha
internet
now.
is completely gone, so I can
Good.
do this. So, there we go, that should fix the video feed. I'll set my phone.
Cool.
Should we take a break?
Oh,
Mad.
In the middle of things, but.
that'd be a good idea, I think.
So,
Go.
oh, we're back.
Oh, apparently it decided to reconnect. It's
Hey.
better. There we go.
Hey.
Reconnect.
Welcome back.
Let's just figure out the next what's going on this turn, and then we'll take a break after that. So what just happened? You just gave bardic inspiration to Solgra.
Yes.
Cool. So we got the swarm rat and the swarm spider. So go ahead and do those.
Cool.
So it's rat 1, spider 1.
Rat 1. 15. Oh, I guess rat 1 needs to move.
Yeah.
Which one was rat 1? This one was rat
And a
1.
15 will not hit.
Hang on a second. Sorry.
And then a spider 1 all the way over here. 21.
21 will hit.
Let me just see what damage does on this thing. Okay, and that does 4d4 piercing. 11 damage.
Okay. Alright. And she is going to bite you again, Sharid. Before Capo gets
I hope it
his
misses.
turn. So do the roll. Okay, wait. That is gonna hit, and you are gonna receive 6 in the way of piercing damage, and 13 in the way of necrotic damage, and it's gonna reduce your hit point maximum by 13.
Okay, I am unconscious and my maximum HP is 8.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Do I roll a death throw now?
No, you do that on your turn.
Okay.
Which, by the way,
Oh, fuck.
dying should be kind of difficult with a party this size, because that means you have to go 3 whole rounds of rolling a failed save. Which
Unless she attacks my unconscious body.
Unless she, but yeah,
In
but I
which
mean,
case-
normally, to get to 3 failed death saves, you'd have to actually get on for more than 3 turns, and you guys tend to finish up combat pretty quickly. We're only on combat round 2 right now. So yeah, Sharita's down for the count, and that's going to take us to Capo's turn.
Okay. Quick question: can I drink a drink that is on me as an interaction?
Yes.
Okay, I will start my turn with drinking one of the mage juices that we got from QT.
Okay.
Which will restore me a spell slot.
It will.
I will then move. Hang on, let me note what I'm doing. So 5 vials becomes 4. I will then move 1, 2, 3, 4 steps over there. I will, once again as my main action, I will shoot one more guiding bolt towards my new best friend.
So roll to hit. No way!
Wow, claps.
Let's go.
Okay, we're gonna take a break right here.
No! Why would you know?
Yep, we're gonna take a break right here, guys.
Oof. You just always love those cliffhangers, even mid-session cliffhangers.
Mid-session cliffhanger. We're gonna go for a quick break, everybody. Everyone's gonna go chill out and refresh.
That's like actually good. I need to pee.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give us a be right back screen.
Bruh.
And you guys can go ahead and do your
See you in a bit.
drop.
Be right back.
Roll that mad 20.
All retaining. How the hell has everyone else rolled like absolutely awesomely, and then there's me roll 3 times, and like,
Hilarious.
what the absolute?
You're very potentially gonna like this next part. Quickly looking at my notifications, I've got new follows. So that is practice room, Vincent, and Hernock77. Your entries have been logged, and your names will go down in the annals of history as geeks, freaks, and nerds, just like the rest of us. Hope you're having an awesome time hanging out and watching the episode. Thank you so much for the follows. I really appreciate it. And Birchie with the 69 bits. Flint casts flaming hands. If only Flint were here. And Treeboy, thank you for the subscription with the Prime. I didn't see that earlier, but you've missed the last session, so you missed it due to work. Oh, that sucks, man. I hope you've been able to get caught up to know what the hell's going on. But, ooh, cactuses managed to land. Nice. But yeah, how's your evenings going, chat? I've seen quite a few familiar faces, well, familiar names in chat so far. Birchie, of course, Coffee, hanging out, Marthouse, Lindsay. See Hernock in chat. Again, thank you for that follow. I really appreciate it. Snow Ravens, that's a new name. I've not seen you in chat before. Welcome to hanging out with us. Obviously, Pab is in chat. And Piglet, what's up, Piglet? And of course, Treeboy. And I see Ant and Learn Music in chat as well as I scroll up. Hope you guys are all enjoying the this insane session. You've been looking forward to this all week. A quick explanation of the Twitchberry would be nice right about now. So the Twitchberry, if you have 50,000 channel points, which I'm not sure anyone does, but if you cast the Charm of Twitchberry, then you, our dear audience, acting as the lesser gods of Edus, which is technically what you are. You guys are all lesser gods interacting and influencing the game in small ways. The Twitch Berry allows a player that you choose to to roll a loaded die on their next roll, so they get to choose exactly what they're going to roll for their next roll. So, I mean, there's no reason that shouldn't be a 20, unless they need it to be low or something, but they can choose exactly what they want to roll. Or, if you're feeling so inclined, you can spend 77,777 channel points to cast the Unfortunate Circumstances Curse, which, as you subtly influence the material realm of Edus, you force a terrible fate upon a player. So you choose a player, and their next roll, whatever that roll is for, will be a 7. No higher, no lower. Exactly a 7. Which, for Coffee's sake, when he asked before, like, I will point out, if you roll a 7 on a death saving throw, that is a fail. It has to be above a 10 to pass a death saving throw, so that can potentially kill people. If you were so inclined. Which I think
I would like to
that's
point
been
out that
Coffee's
my
plan.
pocket is that my pocket is full of good berries. So if anyone wants to just rifle around and like sensu bean me, I would not say no.
Ooh, if you're a D1, can the party decide? Yeah, if you type in there, I won't let the entire party decide. I'll let you choose a player who then gets to decide who gets to use it. So if you put like Gershaw's choice or M's choice in there, they can choose if they use it or give it to another player. Not the curse though. The curse you have to pick. The charm you can let the player decide who gets to use it.
Cactus, don't worry, I got you covered.
There are
Yeah, I'm about to drop a quick heal on you as my bonus action as well.
just
I don't know how bad you actually are.
Don't actually maybe don't heal me because my max HP is super low. If she attacks me again while I am returned to threat status, I might literally just die.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
Just let me lie there.
I was thinking more actually giving you a potion and allowing you to yeet yourself away. You know.
No, just let me die. Like,
Let me
either way,
die.
if she attacks me again, I will die, whether or not I'm healed.
How much damage does she do again? Because I didn't see
Nothing, but I have like no max health left.
How much max health do you have? You said 20.
I have 11 max health.
Another hit and he'll die, like another one of
Like,
those hits.
whether I'm healed or not healed, I will die next hit. So just let me lie there for a bit. Just do more damage. The more damage you do, the safer I'll be.
Okay.
In the interest of helping you guys learn how to D&D, because I know that not everything is always explained to you, she can still bite Cactus if he's on the ground, unconscious.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
I can
Will
drop
she-
Either
kick
way,
her.
like
Will she choose to?
She can choose to bite Cactus again. He doesn't need to be conscious for her to go in for that bite and deal damage.
Yeah, but I can
But
drop
either way,
kick
no
her.
matter
Her
what,
face
like
is a
I'm out of
perfect drop-
turns. So like anything that happens, if you heal me or don't heal me, I will still die if she chooses to attack. So just do more damage, and if she dies before I die, then that's the only way out.
That's fair.
Honestly, I was kind of hoping Russell was going to do more damage to the party than he did. I think M's teleportation trick of locking him in a chest was actually inspired and saved you guys a lot of problems.
That was genius.
And the well-timed usage of a key point for that dodge from Capo saved him from big damage.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What, did he get a crit?
Totally planned.
Oh yeah, if he got Russell roll that crit against Capo, if it wasn't for the fact that it was on disadvantage, making Russell roll again, then yeah, that would have been one attack at crit and another attack that hit.
Yeah, I think Kate would have been unconscious at that point and then wouldn't have hit that nasty crit the second time. It was pretty much perfect MVP, that chess play.
Well, he's pretty much done 100 damage nearly, isn't it? Or we got to find out, but it's going to be something around that sort of thing, like nearly 100 damage in 2 turns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Depends entirely on what he rolls on this, but it's still going to be pretty big damage.
Riggy, just out of curiosity, could you remind me how Cardic Inspiration works?
Cardic Inspiration, because you have one, don't you?
No, just out of curiosity.
So if you choose to use Cardic Inspiration, I pull a card from the deck, adding whatever number is on that card to your roll, whether it's an attack roll to hit, or if it's a damage roll, or if it's a saving throw, or anything like that, we add the card's face value. Counting all face cards as 10, including aces. Aces high. Because it's more fun that way.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so the lowest you can get with Cardic Inspiration is a 2 and the highest is a 10. Yeah. Although I have been thinking about changing it mildly to count the ace as a crit if you pull it on it to hit. Because it happens so rarely and that makes it a bit more fun, I think. But you've already done your to hit. So party, are we all had a break? Are we refreshed and ready to do this?
All good.
I think we should have played Tetrio tonight instead of this.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Let's.
Well, that's nice.
That's right. We have our first ever redemption of the Twitch berry, and Sharid can decide who gets it.
That's the good one, right?
That
yeah,
is
not the
good one.
Not the 7.
Roll Lotus
Oh my
dice.
god, I thought Coffee was gonna use this opportunity to kill me.
Well,
The
technically,
ultimate reversal.
because you've already done the to hit and you've got a crit, if you were to give it to Capo could just choose to roll the maximum result on his dice for the attack and get literal maximum damage out of this guiding bolt.
Yeah, we could try that. Can we wait until
Sure.
until he rolls?
Nope, you have to use it before the roll happens. You can't change a roll. This is a choice of making the roll. So if you want to give it to Capo, you have to do it now.
All right, you get the double crit.
All right, Capo. What is your maximum damage output
Thank
on
you,
guiding
Professor.
bolt?
That would be 60.
Okay.
60 hot ones.
60 damage. So returning from our break.
Twice. Right?
No, it's just one attack.
No,
so it's
30.
Yeah, his maximum damage output is 30, so it's doubled. So he gets 60.
Oh, gotcha.
60 damage with his guiding bolt. Okay, so Capo, how do you want to do this?
Ooh.
So, after a very successful first, let's call it, glow up for our dear, very snad devil friend, I decided to go for more, get myself in a nice angle, and let the power of the dragons flow through me. I point at her, and I say, no, you. And a mighty ray of light shoots towards her, and yeets her right out of, or however she would be yeeted by that, but yeets her good.
We still playing Tetris?
So I'm just going to boost the volume on that because it felt underwhelming. There we go. That's a little bit louder now. Okay, so as you hit her with all of that radiant energy from that spell attack, Valona screams in agony, releasing the body of Sharid and letting him slump to the ground. And let me read what happens here, because it's something special. Okay, so as you think that you might actually have killed her, Valona transforms into a cloud of mist, and instead of falling unconscious or dying, she this mist form wraps around Gershaw, and before she vanishes entirely, you hear whispered in your ear, Gershaw, "I'll be back." And then the guards just kind of slump to the floor, as does Tristan. as Felona leaves the palace entirely. She gone.
Can we have a round of claps for Kofefe?
Kafefe.
Save the day.
Thank you, Kofefe, lesser god of the material realms of Edis. That was pretty awesome to get the first redemption on that, and for it to be that epic of a crit. This does leave the party in something of a pickle, though, as the guards stir and begin to awaken slightly, seeming dazed and confused, looking around what they know to be Tristan Stamore's private quarters. They spot the entire party, along with their dead friend lying next to them, burned to a crisp, and the body of Tristan Stamore currently bleeding from his chest. Also, Shareed is still unconscious. So you've got a moment
Can I cast?
before they figure out what's going, before they do anything, as they get their bearings. You guys are kind of more with it. Fanny Boss, you're still sat in the chest, but you can still see the rest of the room and what's been going on. You are now free of Felona's influence.
Fucking thank fuck for that.
Can I cast Cure Wounds onto Shareed?
You can.
I do.
Shareed, in the interest of just letting you know what's going to happen, your temporary hit points will return to their original maximum once you've taken a short or long rest. But for now, they are stuck at
Gotcha.
11.
Cool. How much do I heal?
You heal 7.
Perfect. I'm basically max health. Alright, so are we gonna Muso this or what?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know. I mean, like, I was about to
Yeah.
There's no witnesses, we got in and out stealthily. Regardless of how no witness condition happens, we made it out stealthy.
but
Otherwise, we need to mess up the prediction from last session and losing all those
True.
points for people in chat.
And then we create a
No, we did that prediction. You guys got in stealthily. That was the end of that session last week.
paradox.
That doesn't change. That doesn't change last week's prediction out, payout.
But no, but what I mean is that we're gonna be walking out of this place, like we're getting out of this place, and this may be a chance to clear our names. I don't know if that's a smart move.
I mean, if nobody saw us go in and nobody sees us go out, our names don't have to be cleared because there was nothing to clear.
Agreed. We
Muso.
kill them. We kill everyone we see on the way, and we yeet out of here. And we bring that chest.
See, the ultimate form of stealth is to have no witnesses. Whether or not no witnesses comes from not being seen or from not being seen. No witnesses is
What's
no
everyone's
witnesses.
alignment?
Not
My
advised.
alignment is Muso.
I like to change my alignment to chaotic good because I feel like I'm the only person who doesn't want to kill these guards. Other than Kershaw.
I'm like, well, it's group decisions. So I mean, like, if everyone else is going with it, then
Anyway, before we do this, is Tristan alive? Can I go check on him?
You could go check on him. Yeah, that's something you could check.
I'm gonna
that's
go
what
check
I'm
on
saying.
him.
Like, we've immediately gone for the kill everything.
Let's kill Tristan. He's an absolute twat, though. Look at what he's done to
I
his
feel like
dad.
we can, I feel like we can remove
and
a little death symbol from from Shareed.
Well,
So
Is he alive?
as you approach Tristan, the guards call out to Shareed and Solgra, who have moved in his direction, and yell at the two of you to halt. As they attempt
We're
to
helping
swim.
him. He was just attacked.
And the guard closest to you, the one with the little blue circle, he begins to question you. Who attacked him?
He made a deal with a succubus.
Yeah, and I was born yesterday.
Alright, kill him.
Can I shoot that guard?
No, wait. Oh my god, no. So, like, is there any way which we can, like...
Probably.
Ah!
Kill him, save Tristan, but kill the guards?
Well, how about we just go... look, this is a great potion of healing. I can go over there and give this to Tristan right now. Because every second that you're spending holding us back from saving him, it looks like he's bleeding out.
Roll persuasion.
Alright.
I don't think we need to use roll 20 anymore, so I'll put us back on big cameras. And if I open up Discord, that should start showing on screen as well.
Oh,
there we go.
Fuck. Someone, please.
So how you feel about Muso?
Don't have any inspiration.
Maybe I
or
spoke
have
too soon.
inspiration.
Maybe we do need roll 20.
Oh my god, right. Michael, to use that inspiration.
Yeah.
Alright, cool, thank you. That's better.
You have no pluses for
Alright.
persuasion.
No.
Why are you doing this then?
Because I'm trying to fucking make sure that we, you know... ugh.
Leave with
Yeah.
Alright, so the...
We have been letting him talk with everyone since like day one.
Yeah.
And his charisma and everything is like super low.
least charismatic
So not
member
really.
of the party is the one doing all the talking in the group for the as a group.
Yep.
So
Matches my life.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's Oscar's specialty, and Gershon's like, no, I'll talk to people.
Oh, no, everyone's trying to fucking kill him!
That's also a good point. The guards remain suspicious of you, but they can clearly see that what you're holding is a greater potion of healing, and so they'll allow it. They're both
Alright.
keeping a close eye on the entire party, already in a battle stance, ready to fight you. Although you can see that this is they're not having the best day. They're not in the best condition. They've both sustained some serious burns themselves, and their friend is currently lying as a ex-person,
Yeah.
mostly just smouldering on the floor, Anakin style. And you approach Tristan, and can I have Shreed, Solgra, and Gershaw all roll medicine checks, since the three of you are now surrounding his body. That's 50 on Shreed. You're all gonna look at medicine. You're like, what's medicine? I don't use medicine.
17.
Okay, so Gershaw and Shreed can both tell that he's not dead. He is still breathing, though he is currently unconscious. Solgar, however, is almost convinced that he's dead.
Alright, so, I'm gonna pour the potion of creative healing down that guy's throat. Like, gently.
While this is happening, before anything happens, I just whisper to them, you know this guy's like an usurper, and he tried to kill his family, and he started a war with the orcs, and he made a deal with the devil, and you're trying to save him?
Thank you.
If you save a bad person, you're causing more harm than good. To kill a good person is bad. To kill a bad person saves good people.
Right. We become outlaws? Potentially.
If nobody sees us, we are not outlaws. Nobody saw us come in. Nobody sees us go out. We're safe. We have killed the bad guy. We restored the emperor. Peace is restored to the kingdom, and he pardons our name if our name gets put out there. But it won't because we have no witnesses. As of yet, there are no witnesses.
Alright. Now, I know he's a bad guy. Right?
Think about how many orcs, innocent or otherwise, have died because of this war. How many innocent civilians, towns, villagers, commoners have died because of his greed, and you want to save him?
We need to
What
look
good will it
at
bring?
that, because this will be a kingdom in uproar with no emperor, which, well,
The emperor, we found out, is in
Yeah,
Statmore. No, is in Stumpleton. We can just bring him back.
but his memory's been wiped. He has no idea who he is.
we have the books, which have the cipher, which have the method to restore the Emperor.
And then then the Emperor finds out that we've killed his son.
How will we find out? Nobody knows anything. We have not been spotted in, we have not been spotted out. We saved the Emperor, we restored the kingdom, everything is good.
See,
Why do you want to save this
you
guy?
got as far
Other
as
than to
pouring
save a life?
the potion in his mouth, right?
I'm literally like about to, like, I guess right.
The longer you talk, the
So
lower
you're
his chances of
prioritizing
survival
a
are.
single life over thousands of lives, and this single life is not a good life in the first place. And you letting thousands and thousands of innocent die because of your morals to save a single person, not all life is valuable.
It's not about that. I'm just saying, if he comes back, there might be a way for him to atone, maybe even fix what he's done.
Do you think a person who wanted to get rid of his brother, his father, and an entire kingdom of orcs for his own personal gain has room to redeem himself?
Tristan coughs and sputters.
Is he conscious?
Barely.
Fuck.
He reaches out in his delirium to Gershaw, and he grabs you and pulls you closer. And in his wheezing breaths, he's almost crying, and he asks you weakly, "Where is my father?"
Shit. What if he was manipulated by the succubus?
Why don't you tell him his father's back and ready to
His-
take over the Emperor again?
Okay. Your dad's back and he's ready to reclaim the throne.
And he continues coughing and wheezing, slowly dying in your arms currently. And he says, "What do you mean, retake the throne? My father is the Emperor."
He's been brainwashed this entire time. Like, straight up. Either that, or he's suffering from delirium of, like, you know, blood loss and stuff like that. Oh god, when it... Do you know what? Fuck.
Here, I'll take a chance. He's easy enough to kill anyways. Afterwards, heal him up, and we'll see what he has to say.
I see M has a hand raised as well.
Right, if you out of character, is everyone cool if we heal him and then kill him afterwards? If so,
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I was about to shoot him, but do your thing. Do it quick
Well-
because I'm gonna. Like,
right. I tell you what,
Out of character, no. Because if you heal him up, he can. If he just lays well, he'll talk his way out of it. We've seen you deal with a nearly dead person. But seriously, though.
Both in and out of character, I'm willing to take a risk, heal him up, and then kill him after. If he is lying.
okay.
guys, we had the conversation. I mean, me and Sharid heard the conversation that he was having with Esme,
But
and he was upset
the
Can I
that
insight,
his father was
on-
still alive.
but the Esme conversation was like, which she had with us was like ultimatum time. Either you're gonna die here or like this. So maybe he had to make a choice in her favor because he maybe or if he's a bad guy, wouldn't he just outright killed his father?
He made that
Right.
choice when he made the deal
He
with the
tried.
devil.
He just
Wait,
found out.
can I do an insight first before anything? Can I do an insight to see if he seems heartfelt about his father being the emperor, and that he's happy to, or confused about that?
Yeah, that wouldn't be a roll right now. You can't really get a grasp on it from like half a sentence.
Do you know what? I get what you guys are saying 100%, and that's the thing. That's I'm like, do you know what, Muso?
Can I shoot? Please.
Oh, he said Muso there. He's actually changed his mind. Then don't kill him now.
I'll
So
tell you
at
what,
this
Cactus,
point,
you
Tristan
just wanna
is still
take
laid
this.
out and clutching at Gershaw as he's coughing and bleeding out. And when he receives no response further from Gershaw, he attempts to ask you very weakly, "Who are you?"
You know what? I think it's time that Gershel takes a dark turn. Oh no. Deal with the guards. Arms the astral
You
self.
sure? You sure? I'm happy to kill all of them.
Arms the astral
What
self.
would John think?
Oh, John would be happy with all of this.
I don't know.
It's gone an epic adventure.
I tell you what, fuck it. I'm taking the risk. Give him the potion. Give him the. Fuck. I'm sorry.
Can I shoot
Okay,
Gershaw?
as you pour the potion down his throat, it takes him a while of coughing, but the bleeding eventually stops, and the glazed look on his face slowly returns to something resembling normal, and he again asks you, Thank you. I didn't get your name."
You can have my name after you answer this.
And he looks at you very
What?
confused.
What do you know about a succubus?
And he looks even more perplexed at you. And he says, I don't know. What does that have to do with anything?"
The names Aaron or Esme ring a bell?
And he turns to face you as best as he can as he's recovering, and says, "Of course, Aaron is my brother. Who is Esme, though?"
When was the last time you saw Aaron?
"This morning, of course."
Okay, I dispelled my fireberry.
And it is dispelled. I have to move some things so I can reach the keyboard.
What do you mean dispel your fireberry? What's that gonna do?
I mean,
Oh, nothing.
was
It
on
was just floating there ominously right beside the guards.
fire. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I
what
moved
do you
it
remember?
5 foot out of range by courtesy so they wouldn't die just by accident. But
Yeah.
now it's gone.
What year is it for you? Like the time?
Before you have chance to ask him that, he looks at you, still confused about the mention of Esme, and he says, "Who is this Esme? That name doesn't sound orcish. I thought Aaron was with Shell."
Up until just now, you were in cohort, or I guess in cahoots, to make it Canadian.
Do you say cahoots with an actual hoot?
You were in cahoots with with a succubus called Esme. We just killed her, and here you are. She tried to kill you, but we just rescued you.
Do you tell him that you killed her? Because
we dispersed the succubus.
To the best of your knowledge,
you didn't released from
you didn't kill
from her control.
Again, he looks mightily confused as he speaks to you, and says, "I'm not sure what you're talking about."
I think you might have lost your memory, but up until this point, you were plotting to kill your brother and your father and claim the throne under the persuasion of a devil.
And he looks offended as you say all of these things to him. And in response, he gets a bit angry and looks a little ashamed. And he says, "Well, of course, Aaron and I have never truly gotten along, but I would never kill him. Who are you?
I don't think you were under your own mind. What year is it for you? What is the current day that you last remember?
Hold on, mentally figuring that out. It's 2:51, right?
PM?
No. FA. And he responds with, "Yeah, what an odd question. Of course, it is the 249th year of this age."
Hey guard, what year is it?
And the guard listening in on this entire conversation is completely and utterly confused as to what is happening. And he says, it's 251, right? And he looks at the other guard, and you can see him like counting out on his hands. It's like, yeah, 251, 251.
So clearly 2 years of your life have gone completely missing, and you don't remember anything.
And Tristan, looking disbelieving at the 7 strangers currently surrounding him with weapons drawn after dealing with a stab wound to the chest, looks at the guards and says, "Is this true? Has 2 years passed? Who are these people? I know none of them." And the guard responds to like, "We don't know either. We got up here and you were in bad condition, sire, and these 7 intruders were stood around you."
Well, we saved his
we
life.
just lost. Oh, is it just me or is Discord funky?
No, it's fine. I
Okay
think
for
we
me.
can hear you.
Oh, I'm gonna rejoin 1 second.
Okay.
Okay.
good?
That's better. Yeah, it's all good.
I mean, we just talking to the guards. I mean, we just saved his life. If we really were here to kill him or anything like that, or do any harm, I mean, there's 7 of us. There's currently 2 of you and the Emperor. I'm not saying that's what we're gonna do, but or we would do that. But I mean, why would we try and talk to you and sort this out if that was the case?
You know what I'm going to ask, don't you?
Roll persuasion.
Roll persuasion, please.
Fucking. It's doing that card inspiration.
Did you ever have cardigan?
Please.
Oh my god.
Any inspiration, anything. Oh my god. Can I roll with advantage because
will-
it makes fucking sense? Like,
Wait, I'll help out. Why would we stab you and then heal you afterwards?
Roll persuasion as well.
If
and then can someone add the card inspiration to what should I need? Because of fucking hell.
there's no need for it. Hopefully.
This is a fine
Oh my
pickle
God.
you've got yourselves in today.
Ah. I know it's
think
important to
you'll be
kill
okay.
everybody, but come on.
Making some interesting decisions, or at least discussing some potential interesting decisions. So the guards really don't trust whatever Gershaw's saying just something about him. It might be the look on his face and his freshly broken nose.
It's not broken at the minute. It got fixed.
Yeah, but they can tell.
There's an incorporeal aura
Yeah, there's a
surrounding
look
you of a
about
broken
you.
nose.
You look slightly suspect. You look like someone that they did see at one point around the city with a broken nose, looking very out of place. Perhaps they spotted you on your return from the potion shop the previous day. Shreed, however, they're giving him a bit more consideration, as is Tristan. Although the guards are very aware of the amount of time it took you to actually help Tristan after you said you were going to help Tristan, and you just sat there bumbling amongst yourselves for a solid 3 to 5 minutes about whether or not you were gonna do something called Muso, which they're very concerned possibly means some sort of combat technique. And so they're on edge, as is Tristan. So you're a bit of an impasse.
I grab the flask and I say, "Let's unmuso this flask," and I put a cork in it and return it to Gersha.
It's solid crap.
Thanks, man.
We had some difficulty musoing the flask open. Sorry about that.
Actually,
I would like to ask Tristan what he knows about the war with the orcs.
so you ask him, and you can see a good amount of shock on his face as he looks at you and sees an Arfhog. He regards you differently to how most have looked upon you your entire time on this continent, even smiling at you before you ask him that question, and he responds with a face of horror at the thought of it, and says, "What do you mean, a war with the orcs?"
Well, you started a war with the orcs in these 2 years that you have forgotten about.
One second, I have something for this. Yeah. Turns out I don't have
It's not
it.
Hyonk, is it?
No, it could be. I have that loaded up all the time. See? Sorry, do bear with me. I didn't expect to give away this piece of fish today, but it's still on World Unbuilt, so I need to just let that load up so I can reread it. This is a pleasant surprise, having to go find lore that I never expected to dish out to the party today. And you most certainly wouldn't got it if you were all going to Muso.
Muso is always a backup plan. Muso is never off the table necessarily. I mean, if we can unmuso the flask, we can.
We can muso it back up.
remuso it.
Removes to it.
We can re-Muso it. Okay. Where is that one specific thing that I need? Finally, we get to talk about this. Okay, so he continues to look dumbfounded at the accusation that he might even have the power to start a war, let alone actually want to start a war amongst the orcs. He says, "We can't possibly be at war. I was in Orxul only 5 days past."
Guards, are we at war?
The guards are hearing all of this and are unsure what the correct response is, as answering that question currently in this circumstance seems way above their station, and they both just sort of stare blankly at the party and look at Tristan and just kind of shrug.
Tristan, would you be, if your guards were to say something that went against your opinion, would they be alright to speak in this circumstance?
And Tristan responds with, of course, my father's royal guard would always be free to speak their mind.
Guards, are we at war?
And the one closest to you sheepishly responds with a, "Aye, my lord."
And who started the war?
Well, that is a matter up for debate, you see.
Started.
Okay, are we at war with the orcs?
Well, officially, it would be the orcs that started the war, my lord.
Unofficially.
I can't speak on unofficial matters in front of the Emperor.
Does Tristan know he's the emperor?
Yeah, I was going to say, can I tell
Because
him
he just said it's his father's royal guard. But they're not his father's, they're his.
So, Tristan, meanwhile, as all this talking happens, he asks outwardly to the room, both you and the guard, and he says, Why is everybody questioning me about these matters? Where's the Emperor? Where's my father?
You are the acting emperor. Your father has been displaced as per your deal with the devil.
He's okay though, I've met him. He's a very lovely old man. And he's got a lovely old wife.
My mother died shortly after my brother was born. I'm not sure who you met.
Oh, well then he found another lovely old lady then. They have a
Wasn't that the
lovely
devil?
house.
I think the old lady was the devil.
Well, never
Wasn't her name
mind.
Esme as well?
Yes, they might possibly have shared a name for a reason other than my lack of creativity.
When I asked you if it was the same person, you said no.
At the time when you asked that, you didn't know. And you couldn't
Well,
have
now-
known.
Well, now I know. Anyway, I feel mildly betrayed, but yeah, no, he's a bit alone, but he's fine. He's in a tiny village, and we know how to bring him back. But I've met him. He's lovely. What a lad.
Again, I don't think you could have met my father. He's many things,
And good.
but lovely is not a word many would have used to describe him.
Well, he's been transformed, and now he's lovely. We can keep him like that if you want.
Possibly an improvement, but I dare say it's a lot to consider. I don't understand what has happened.
Oscar, can you cast Zone of Truth for us
I
for
was
a
just
moment?
about to ask that.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm gonna do that now in a second. Yeah.
Okay, test. Is this thing on?
I'm sure it is. Bear with me as I load yet another of 1,000 tabs before you start doing this
Oh my God,
interrogation.
Can we add that as a quote? Sorry, in the party chat, there's something beautiful that I think deserves to be immortalized.
Is that last two
The
words?
last thing, yes. In fact,
not.
the second to last thing is the most beautiful thing I've read in a while.
Or not.
Can I share this on stream if I move to that chat?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know when we get either chat. What have we missed here? And I'm pretty sure neither did M because she immediately robbed him.
Yeah, I think it's the one after
The beautiful
that.
line is, and I quote, "I robbed him because he was old and blind." End quote.
I was muted, but I already screenshotted it. Like, immediately.
You guys are meant to be heroes.
This is our WhatsApp of heroes. We can do
Are
what we
we
want
though?
here.
No, I think the most heroic amongst you so far has been Gershar and Solgra.
They are the.
Good
And
for
that's
them.
the
What do you want? A round of claps? Solgra and Gersha?
Well, thank you for the clap. I mean, like, I do on the floor and stuff. So you know, holding that for burden for this long. I'm
those
surprised no one's told me yet.
those claps for Gershor and Solgra become inspiration for Gershor and Solgra.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Hang on a minute.
Now,
I did
who's the true
110
hero?
damage. How are they the real heroes?
Who's the
But you
true
did
hero
evil
here?
damage. You did Muso
people-
damage, not
The people
not
that
wholesome
get
damage.
inspiration, or the people that get
Not,
other people inspiration? Just a thought.
Anyway, I believe you have Tristan in a zone of truth right now.
Yes.
He's unaware of it.
So Tristan, you said you know nothing of this succubus, right?
He responds with, I don't think so.
By the way, I should mention that we're in a magical zone of truth. You can test it out if you want, but hopefully you'll be able to believe what we say with this magical enforcement to back it up.
Where's the Son of Truth, by the way?
Around us.
Yeah,
Am I in the Son of Truth?
we're all in the zone of truth. Aren't
All
we?
of us.
Yes? No?
Mm,
How big is it?
is it like 30 feet across?
Let me check that again.
Or is it like 15 feet across?
It is 60 feet across.
Yeah, you roll in the zone of truth.
Don't say anything.
I want.
So
Tristan turns
know-
to M after hearing that we're all in a zone of truth, and he decides to test it out. Out of curiosity, he asks M, and you proclaim to have met my father. How did you meet him?
I knocked on his door.
Smart answer. And Tristan's still unsure of this zone of truth malarkey that's happening. He nods and he turns to look at Solgra and smiles at her. And he says, is there anything you could ask me to prove this zone of truth?
When's the last time you peed your pants?
And he says, not since I was a child.
Did he not pee his
Is that
pants when
good?
he died?
What's the opinion of the orcs?
He says there's a strenuous relationship between our peoples and the orcs, but we have conducted trade successfully for several years now. Some of our peoples even residing in the Southlands.
Guard, are we at war with the orcs? And is the Empire currently on a campaign in the south?
And the guard nods and says, "Aye, my lord. That is the official stance of the Staymore Empire."
So, you really don't remember anything about what's happened?
And Tristan looks at you and he says, "It would appear that is the case."
So, literally, like 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, the conversation that you were having.
Oh, this has been like half an hour, if not longer at this point.
Half an hour ago to an hour ago, you don't remember the conversation that you were having with a particular devil?
And he shakes his head, "No, as far as I remember, half an hour ago, I was in my quarters writing a letter to Aaron."
Then let's give another summary now that we've proven the zone of truth.
She kissed you on the
we-
mouth.
And at this,
Okay.
Tristan blushes and he looks taken aback. And he says, "Whatever do you mean?"
You did do a little dirty with the succubus.
She kissed you on the mouth. We saw it.
It's true.
And again,
Anyways.
he's completely unsure how to take that response.
So we walked in, and we saw you arguing with the succubus about your father being displaced. You wished that he were killed, but the succubus didn't confirm that. She just moved him away. You displaced your brother somewhere to the south, hopefully with the goal of him dying. You started a war with the orcs with the goal of reaping souls for the devil, and you were in the midst of making another deal with the devil as we walked in.
And he responds to you, still with confusion, trying to process everything that you've said to him. And he says, if indeed this zone of truth magic operates in the way that you say it does, then that would mean I did these things and have no recollection of them. If
That seems to be the case.
If this creature is as foul as you say that she is, why would she leave my father alive?
She has a habit of messing with people, so probably to keep around in the form of leverage in case you disobeyed her.
And he shakes his head and wonders aloud, no, that doesn't make any strategic sense whatsoever. Why would she not have killed my father? Why would she leave any body alive?
Maybe if you turned out to be a failure, she could return your father to power and have him be a puppet.
Then why not just use my father from the outset?
Beats me.
He's already emperor.
Yeah, but
Maybe he had an image that
maybe
she
he
didn't
wasn't
like.
able to be tempted because
Maybe you're easier to control.
Do you like how all these questions he's asking you are questions you should probably have asked about an hour ago in game?
Nah, so.
Yeah. But it's we don't know the answers to those. But she seems to have a roundabout way of doing things. Because when we were discovered amongst things, because we suspected there was something going on. She tried to have a conversation with us before trying to kill us.
She tried to tempt us with some deals, but we were immune to temptation, and so we fought the foul beast and saved you.
Yeah.
So, Tristan, he thanks you for your role that you played in supposedly freeing him from this control that he's been under. But he's having trouble taking it all in and processing it. And he says to you, I have a lot to think on. Wrongs that need to be righted as best as I can. I wish to be alone for now.
Before we leave you alone, do you not get along with your father then?
And he, still in the zone of truth, doesn't want to answer this, but ends up responding with, it was a difficult childhood. My father made for a splendid emperor, but a subpar father.
But now that you're all kinda old, despite not being many years, how would you feel if he was to come back? Not as the emperor, if you're already the emperor, I don't know.
He said, my personal feelings on the matter would be to never see the man again so long as I lived. But something tells me that he will be necessary to making the Empire whole again. It is not
Well,
my
if you can
duty to
get over-
determine who should and should not be the ruler. If my father lives, then he still rightfully holds the title of Emperor of Staymore.
Good to know. Solver.
I have one final thing. So, there's been a festival going on in
Western
your
money.
honor. And we've done a lot of stuff. And, like, I fought a battle for you in a ring. I fought against a goose.
And he brightens at the mention, and he nods knowingly and says, "Of course, the festivals are a long-held tradition. I'm surprised with everything you told me that they remain."
Yeah, well, the Staymar Empire owes us money.
And he nods and says, "If you are indeed the winners of this year's contests, I will have that verified, and your prize money will, of course, be delivered to you as it should be."
We're literally in a zone
Yeah.
of truth right now.
We'll probably see you tomorrow, honestly, in a few hours, actually.
Yeah, and
And
also
you're gonna get to see the pantomime again. Well, again, you weren't there the first time. The succubus didn't like it. The wizard did, and the elven lady did as well.
And this
do
might be
you
the
know-
pantomime that saves your father, actually, so...
do you know a wizard called Riff?
And at that he sighs and says, "Yes, of course, all the officials of Tomont are, at the very least, aware of Riff."
What's his
how about
status?
Hardcastle? Have you heard of Hardcastle?
And he looks at you confused. Of course I've heard of Hardcastle. He's the court wizard."
He's cool.
He nods.
Yeah.
I've never taken his temperature, but as you say.
Right. So, who is Riff meant to be? Like, what's his position in the Empire of Staymore?
And he kind of shrugs and says, "Well, I'm not sure anyone's really sure of Riff's position in the Empire. He just is." So I'm not sure how you met Riff or how much you know about him, but I presume from the way you speak of him, you've conversed with him at some point in the past. I'm sure you understand the kind of wizard like Riff never truly leaves academia. I'm not sure what he's researching at this point now, but he's always been like furniture to the Staymore Empire, ever present and often overlooked.
Fair enough. He's like a cool dude. Also, can
Again, with that word, I've never taken Riff's temperature either. And he turns to the god. Did a new form of magic slang happen in the last 2 years?
Yes, it did.
Cool.
But I was gonna
okay.
say, can we get safe passage out of here as well? Because those guards didn't seem to take too kindly to us. So maybe could we get escorted out in a kind fashion rather than?
And he nods.
anything
He says, Of course, you will be allowed to leave the palace, but not yet. I have many things to go over and to understand. I would humbly request that you remain within the palace until I call for you.
That's fair. Do you mind just quickly writing down some written proof, just in case?
Yeah.
The machinations of the succubus have gone deep, and most of the guards were under her control before.
And Tristan turns to the guard who's been speaking the most, and he asks him with some amount of hope. I dare ask, is Gregory still captain of the guard these last 2 years? And the guard nods at him and says, "Of course, Captain Gregory is on duty in the royal chambers this evening, the audience room. I could call down for him if you want. And Tristan nods, and the guard disappears for a moment, and Tristan turns back to the party and says, "I will entrust your safety to my captain of the guard and closest friend. I assure you, you will come to no harm under his protection."
Thanks. Want a good
You got a
day?
bath?
And he looks at you and says, "I assume the palace has remained largely unchanged in the last 2 years. If all things are as they were, then yes, there should be a bathhouse in the basement of the palace."
Cool.
He, still unsure of himself, says, "I'll instruct a contingent of guard to remain with you while I sort through these thoughts, but you are free to roam the palace as you please, as far as I can imagine."
Cool.
Am I allowed to smoke inside the palace?
Then he looks at you and raises an eyebrow and says, Of course, why wouldn't you be able to smoke in the palace?"
Just asking.
And he nods and says, "Well, feel free."
Thank you.
And at that, the guard returns, followed by a larger guard in far more ornate armor, who, as soon as he ascends the stairs and walks in, takes one look at Solgra and pulls his sword and enters a battle stance. And
I'm assuming at this point I've still actually got my thingy out. My
Still talking Tetris,
I've
or
still got my warhammer out, so I'm just gonna.
Smack that warhammer.
you're gonna what? Oh, you're going into a battle stance, not putting the hammer away.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that
He started it.
yeah.
I'll fucking end it.
Maybe you've lost sight of this, but apart from like Tristan having clear amnesia-related issues and not knowing the situation, the captain of the guard has in fact been involved in, a war against orcs for the last 2 years, and now a half-orc is in Tristan's chamber, and Tristan is covered in blood.
Right. Whoa. Can I just get in between these? I don't care if I have to take like fucking 20, 30 damage. Just let's just not. Okay. Tristan, can you just tell this guard to calm down and just tell him what year you thought it was?
As you run between the two of them, I want you to roll persuasion.
Yep, I fucking knew it, but I'm sorry. If we're gonna fucking go the whole hog, we might as well go the whole hog. I'm sorry. Thank fuck for that. Alright, come on.
So Gregory, seeing you, a human, stand between him and his quarry, and Tristan looking perplexed at the situation, and definitely noticing something is off about everything going on here, decides to stand down and goes to the whole asking questions rather than asking questions later. And he looks at you and says, "Who are you?"
Who I am does not matter right now, really, honestly.
And he points to the other two guards, and then he points to Tristan and says, "Well, you see, I know who they are. Who are you?" It does matter.
we are the saviors of the Emperor, and I pull out my Jorn badge.
Yeah, we did literally just save the Emperor's life.
Seeing the Jorn badge, Gregory sighs a deep sigh. It could be regret. You're not sure. And looks over at Tristan and then at the rest of the party. He says, "I thought I told him not to tell you guys to come into the palace. I gave you free reign of the city. Was that not enough?"
Well, if we didn't come in here, your Emperor would be dead, and you would have done a shit job. So...
You're welcome.
And Tristan sort of backs up your claim, shrugs a little bit, and says to Gregory, there's some sort of zone of truth magic happening. I'm not 100% certain of the details myself, but if you would, Gregory, follow my instructions and keep close watch on these 7, but also do not allow any harm to befall them in your care. I need to look into some things. And Gregory salutes Tristan and looks at the 7 of you and says, right then, if that's the order, come with me.
I'm gonna put my warhammer away.
Gregory relaxes a little bit as he sees you stow your weapon, and it lends a bit of credence to the instructions he's just been given. And he says, right, good, okay, let's go. And he begins to lead you down the spiral staircase.
Before we go, there's a bit of a pickle here. Because I have left the jade arachnid somewhere near the pillars. And I need to walk out with it. And it's as big as me.
You might have to come back for that at some point.
Why don't you just tell Tristan about it?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk there, pick it up, and be like, by the way, mind if I take this? I kinda need it for something.
And Tristan looks at you and raises an eyebrow and says, what is that?
Well, it was something that belonged to my family, and apparently you managed to get it from them at some point. And I'm supposed to bring it back.
We're still in the zone of truth.
I've moved to get it near the spiders. Is that zone of truth?
It was cast, what, on Sharid or on Tristan?
It was cast.
Like, where would the center point be?
I don't actually know. Was it on Tristan?
Make it on Fanny Balls in the chest, because that chest was a bit dodgy.
Should we go get Fanny Balls out of the chest?
I'm putting it right in the middle of Solgra, Sharid, and Tristan, where they're still on the map now, and I'm just going to drag out from there towards M. And 60 feet, you say?
Yes, yeah, unless I've read it wrong.
You're only 35 feet away at where you are there. To be out of the zone of truth...
It says 15 feet on the description.
But it says 60 feet for me.
No, you can cast it 60 feet from you, but the zone itself is 15-foot radius.
Fuck. Okay, sorry, I can't read.
Then yeah.
Characters are fucking lovely. Thank you.
That's possible. So you are able to get away with your lie there. Although I do want you to roll persuasion, please.
$17.
Okay, and Tristan nods at you and says, "Of course, please. I have no memory of this object, so I believe it could be yours." And says, "But still, I would prefer if you stayed within the bounds of the palace for now."
Oh sure, I'm just gonna take it with me so that I don't forget it. You know, sometimes I'm a bit clumsy.
He nods. Of course, I understand. I think.
Thank you. Get better soon.
And he nods. He's still more confused than polite, if anything. And Gregory shouts at M at this point, as everyone else is saying, like, "Come on, no lollygagging."
On the way out, I toss the Emperor a good berry.
The Emperor examines it, but you don't see him do anything else as you descend the stairs.
That's all that matters.
And as you descend the stairs, you enter the audience chamber in the palace. The stairs taking you out behind the throne, which is a rather large golden throne. And that is probably a good time to end this session. And we'll pick this up next week.
Cool.
Claps.
There we have it. That was our first major boss fight in the Ebon Death, 15 sessions in.
And I missed every hit which I made.
It was beautiful.
Me too.
I mean, I only hit with a ball bearing if it makes you feel better.
Can we get all kinds of cheering and claps and things in chat for Corporeus MVP with that guiding bolt of radiance damage?
And
Both,
Kokefe.
both crits and both. Yeah.
Corporeus, as
Oh,
you enter
incredible.
the audience chamber, as you descend downstairs, you hear you hear a voice in your mind that none of the others hear. It's just you recognize it as the voice of Bahamut, and it just says, "Corporeus, well done."
I do a slight smile from the corner of my mouth. Not noticeable to the other party members, SMH.
And since we're ending this session on this high note now, it is with great pleasure that I inform the party that when we return next week, you will all be level 8.
Yay!
We're not level 7 anymore! The curse is
You're
lifted!
finally leveled up from that encounter, so you are going to be level 8 next week.
Exciting.
Yeah.
So you've got a whole week to do
My
your character
necromancy
sheets.
increases.
And you
A
get,
whole week, I'm doing it
you
now.
get one step closer to me being able to throw even bigger bosses at you.
Woohoo!
Double the Zombo, triple the mascots. More inanimate, lovable characters coming to a Disney princess near
And
you.
hopefully with the next couple of weeks, I might have finished homebrewing some new risks. We'll see.
Oh,
No rush.
No rush. We've got other things going on.
Do your
first.
Have you heard about Hero Forge, Briggy? I think you might like it.
And you were all like, "You spent so long making Tristan on Hero Forge. You've just killed him." It's like, ha, have I? Is he?
Well, we were almost about to kill him again.
Yeah, guys. Like, oh, we're all gonna go and be heroes and adventurers, and like we're working for John. And you were like, right, so we're all gonna kill everybody, right? No witnesses. We're just gonna annihilate an entire palace of guards.
I
Right,
mean,
one
John is
discovered
giving
the path
us
of the hero.
money.
Sean is giving you money. Oh, right then. So if that's so, we're going to end the session there, as I said. We've got some new follows who did I not read out. So we've got You Hate Mac and Ted Nater 3. Your entries have been logged in the Geeks Codex, and your names will go down in the annals of history as geeks, freaks, and nerds, just like the rest of us. I hope you have enjoyed tonight's session. And yeah, super thank you for the follows. Really appreciate it. And let's do a roll call of our players now. So, as usual, I have been the Geeks Codex, your DM, and joining me has been Third Fret Capo, playing our Dragonborn Monklock, Corporeus Carolon. We've been joined by Violin Solo, playing M, our Rogue Eladrin. I'm just realising I have to update all of these stat sheets for the call-out for next week, because they'll say level 7.
Yes.
We've also been joined by Cactus Room, playing Sharid, our Arakocran Druid, or Druid Monk, or Drunk, as I like to abbreviate it. Which is odd, because he's the inventor of Boom Juice. Of course, we've been joined...
And Muso.
And Muso. Boom Juice and Muso. And we've been joined by Russell _ the Dude, playing Fanny Boss, our Dwarven Fighter. The big man himself. The big small man himself. Wielder of fiery sword and destroyer of friends. We've been joined as well by AODHQ playing Oscar, our wood elf bard, who forgot that bardic inspiration is their most powerful tool in their abilities.
I'm great.
It's all good though. And we've been joined by non-strimmer Schleefiddy, playing the role of Solgra, the half-orc barbarian, who probably was going to hit way more things if I'd given her the opportunity. Maybe next week. That level 8's going to hurt. And of course, saving him for last every week because he is the 7th member of the Sneven, is Guitar CR playing Gershaw, our human monk. Why are you always so, like, screen capable? Imagine that face trying to barter for potions.
We don't have to.
Give me your potions. Give me a pen.
Barbarian.
Potion Salah.
So thanks for joining us on this session. We're back next week with episode 16, where we'll continue where we left off in the audience chamber of the Tamont Palace Castle. I keep using them interchangeably, and I know they're two different things. Don't worry about it. It's my brain, not yours. And we'll see what happens from that point on. And I will be doing DM prep streams as per the schedule on Friday and Saturday at 3 p.m. GMT. So if you're hankering to find out how my brain works when I make stupid things for D&D, join those. And if you're just here to see the party potentially die and get engaged in cool combat, then make sure you're back next Wednesday to see how things finally pan out at the end of this quest line. Thank you, M, for dropping schedule in chat.
You're welcome.
And so, with that outro done, we will see you all next week. Have a good rest of your weekend, a good rest of your week, and then have a great weekend. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Today, we pay homage to the streamer's salty snack of choice, and the capos brave enough to defend their honor. Sit back and listen for a while, friends. You're in for one hell of a salty surprise. Sometimes streaming requires a meal, but the chat won't let you enjoy your snack. Unrelenting in that mockery, you fire back with words of wisdom and attack. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Yeah! Sodium's getting high, and vitamin B12. You're getting nourishment from the nuts variety that you delve. You may think of dirty jokes, all your 69 tropes. But Capo continues lunch, he continues to munch. You didn't turn your back on them, although they're making your mouth dry. You'll never go hungry again until your death counts 60 high. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. Damn you, rotating cube! Shut up! Let me munch my nuts. 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 Shut up! Let me munch my nuts.
Yeah! That was a fucking jam!
Today, we pay homage to the streamer's salty snack of choice, and the capos brave enough to defend their honor. Sit back and listen for a while, friends. You're in for one hell of a salty surprise. Sometimes streaming requires a meal,